sky it rumbles, the earth it shakes. The water is rising in the lakes. The clouds they gather, the winds tonight. I can feel it in the air, it's coming all right. Feel the thunder, but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. Rain and hail as it pierces the air, but don't forget to like and share. Say hello to David and Mark. Get ready, the show is about to start. Keeping you informed at every update so you can stay safe and feeling great. Feel the thunder, but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. Rain and hail as it pierces the air, but don't forget to like and share. Storm warnings flash across the screen. Nature's power in all its scenes. Updates flowing through the feed, bringing you the news you need. Feel the thunder, but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. Rain and hail as it pierces the air, but don't forget to like and share. To like and share. Say hello to David and Mark. Get ready, the show is about to start. Keeping you informed at every update so you can stay safe and feeling great. Feel the thunder, but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. Rain and hail as it pierces the air, but don't forget to like and share. Flash across the screen. Nature's power in all its scenes. Updates flowing through the feed, bringing you the news you need. Feel the thunder, but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. Rain and hail as it pierces the air, but don't forget to like and share.
Hey, Mark. I don't think you're unmuted yet.
Yeah, I'm unmuted.
Okay. I'll work on it from my end. I can hear. Can not hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine.
Okay. It's probably on my end then.
Can anybody else out there hear me? Okay, so Kyle Gibson says he can hear both of us fine, so that's a good thing. So it's on your end. You can't hear me. That's what the problem is. Okay, so we have awakened as a tornado watch has been issued. Mildred Sewell, I saw where you said that you didn't get a warning. Well, that's because Christian County is not in this watch, so they probably didn't activate it. But the weather radio is working. So um, right now, that's all I can tell you. I can also tell you, well, we just had this warning here in Paducah just expire, but it was severe until a few moments ago. We have other strong storms up here around Henderson and Evansville, and we have a broken line back towards Union City and all the way down in Tennessee. But that's not what we're more concerned about. Here's the existing tornado watch, and the county's outlined in yellow. And I'll zoom in so you guys can kind of see it. It looks like it's a I don't know. This is because of this line here, but if we look back out to the west, we have some more stuff forming that is a little concerning. Let me see if I can get a different radar shot here so you can see it. And I can see why. This right here is probably one of the main events. I'm sure that we're going to get some weather. The good thing may be because of the time of day that it's coming in. If this gets on in here and this ends up being the main event, it comes in much earlier than was expected. So we'll just have to see how this plays out. It's going to be kind of crazy, but we will definitely let you know. Hey, good friend Dave is on with us, our moderator. I appreciate you being here, Dave. Cody Grimes is with us. Hey, Cody. And then Tie-Dye says, hello, everyone. And, of course, Mildred, I saw your post. KLP says, good morning, Dave. Thanks for being here for us. He is in Radcliffe. So we've got a large range of viewers. And there's Harley. Girl, you shouldn't be up at this hour of the morning. But anyway, I'm glad you are and that you're joining us just so you can stay safe. A lot of you are on here, I know, because of what took place back last Friday, and we don't want to be caught like that again. But it looks to me like that the biggest stuff is coming here. This will be in here by the tornado watch up there ends at 8 o'clock, so it doesn't look as bad there because I'm on a different radar. If I go up here, then you can see that there's a lot more stuff up here, and this is called an outflow boundary, that little green line there, and that's because the storms back here were weakening, which is why I guess they removed the tornado, the severe thunderstorm watch. But these other little storms are starting to, we're going to watch these in the next few minutes. It looks like they're getting ready to grow a little bit. So we'll see. We're certainly not out of the woods yet. So let's see. 7161 says they can hear us both. Andrea Burkhalter says we hear you. And so we got Angie with us. Chris D says been up most of the night praying this morning. And I tell you, this is one of those things that we just don't know exactly what's going to happen. We thought this might come in about 3 a.m., which it has, but we didn't expect this stuff back here to the west to really pile up. And if that is the main event, then we're going to be busy for at least most of the morning. And we may actually avoid the afternoon if that, in fact, is a cold front powering that. So we'll know that here in a little bit as we start watching the models. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the watch section so we can all see.
Right now, the models this morning are showing that area to the west rolling across the Mississippi between, around 7 a.m. or so.
Okay. Maybe I need to go back to the multiple site, but I really like the detail I get from this particular look at the models. Let me see if I can find a good radar site here closer. I know I've got these in Memphis. That's not a problem, but you get the idea. That's pretty nasty, and it is not something to play with, because when that gets up here, if that line hasn't robbed all the energy, which I don't think it will, because I think what will happen is we'll get a little sunshine once it gets daylight, and that may help recharge everything a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little choked up. I guess a little bit of pollen in the air, but I did want you guys to know about this, and that's the reason we're on. It's a little bit volatile this morning, and anyway.
Yeah, this morning's watch, they're already starting to trim some counties to the west in Illinois and like Ballard County, Kentucky, and such as this line goes through.
It looked like Du Bois County also has been taken off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
so we'll be waiting to see what they do when the other line approaches.
Right. So let's see here. Who else we got out here with us? Cheryl Perry Lanier. Good morning, guys. Kim Langley Gott. Here we go again with a tornado watch. Yeah, what a good thing to wake up to this morning. I was sure dreaming me some dreams. I was up for a while, and then I finally laid down and had just started to drift off. And here we go. Somebody called me on my phone. Hint. I don't know who it was, but it was.
Well, next time I'll just let you sleep through it.
Oh, no, I wouldn't sleep through it anyway. First clap of thunder, I'd be up and gone. Cody Grimes
Dana Clarksville might, as the day goes on. Yeah. This is just the very early part of what might be happening. And,
I don't see
don't
how.
Forget we are.
I don't see how any of us are going to miss this. That's just a large area. We would all will get something. I just don't know exactly what or how strong it's going to be.
And the new day one SPC takes effect at 7:00 in the morning, and it shows the entire area here under an enhanced risk for tornadoes, severe high winds, and hail. And the tornadoes has a hatched area on it, which means that there's a greater than 10% chance of getting an EF2 or stronger tornado.
Well, that's not something we want to hear. So kind of carry us through the rest of the day.
Yep. Well, we're looking at that. We're looking at the next line of storms starting to roll in. The high resolution rapid refresh model is what I'm looking at, and it shows that line progressing steadily eastward. By 9 a.m., it's here around Christian County, and extends all the way down to the Memphis area.
Yeah.
And that also extends up to the north of Christian County, almost to the Ohio River. And it continues to just push off to the east. And then after that, maybe about 5 p.m., we start seeing some little scattered cells popping in, but we'll have to wait and see if those look like they might be severe. They're really, really small and scattered out on the model. So we'll see what happens with them.
Yeah, we don't know if we're going to be here half a day or all day. It's going to be a play as you go kind of thing. So everybody just hang in there. We'll get through it all like we always do. And be calm and have your plan in place in case you need it. I really don't feel too uncomfortable about all this, to be honest with you. I kind of feel like it's not as bad as it could be, certainly. But Here we go. Look at these little storms here starting to develop right behind this outflow boundary. This outflow boundary is basically a boundary of cooler air behind, like a little miniature cold front coming down off some of those storms as they start to.
Well, those little storms are the ones that generated it. Those have weakened out, and they may be starting to refire a little bit.
Okay. Let's see here. Tina McGee, he says, good morning. Holly Mason, same. I went to sleep a little after 1, back up a few after 2. Whew. And Riley Fike says, well, good morning. Just woke up to no power in Paducah. I'm so sorry, Riley, but that's a pretty powerful storm there. I guess the most of it has gone past Paducah. I can go in and take a little closer look. Let's see here.
Yeah. The two warnings were here in Kentucky. It was over by Fancy Farm and then up toward just to the east of Paducah. But right now, we don't have any warnings now in Kentucky, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, it's
Our closest warning beyond that is way down by Little Rock at the moment.
this storm up around Paducah seems to be having some staying power. It's now affecting Smithland. It's not severe, but it's just below severe criteria, and that's what knocked your power out, Riley, this morning.
Yeah.
And do you know the cold front coming through? Do we know a time on that, or does the HRRR show that yet?
Just by the way the pressure lines are configured, the cold front will probably be through by around 8 p.m. this evening. But I don't know, how much this morning line of storms is going to scrub a lot of the severe parameters out.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's see here. I hear an alarm going off, so let me see what that is. Okay, it looks like that's all back here to the storms back here to the south. Let's see if I can find a closer in radar shot. That's a big thunderstorm warning too, as a matter of fact. It just came out. Okay, come on here. There's got to be a better radar close.
Yeah, that's down by the Little Rock area, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Should be a radar site there. So there it is.
Yeah. Whole long list of counties, but it basically breaks down to at 3:47 a.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Menifee to near Toadsuck to 6 miles west of Chenal Valley to near Benton, moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. Hazard is 60 mile per hour wind gusts, quarter size hail, radar indicated.
This doesn't look like it's going to take that long to get up here to us, to be honest with you.
Well, it's almost 4 o'clock here, and if it rolls across the Mississippi there at about 7, it's 3 hours.
So all we can do is kind of wait. Hopefully everything will be good, and I think it'll be. I'm sure we're going to be on for at least several hours, Mark. So
yeah, I would imagine
we're going to be here till this big line gets in here. So I think it'll be. Well, let's see, it's 4 now. By 7 o'clock, we ought to be in the thick of that.
I would think so. And we've got somebody who's watching from Arkansas, 9 fur babies mama.
Oh, wow.
She said it's been a long night there, no sleep yet, and that new warning is headed right for her in Arkansas. Here we go again.
Well, take your cover there, 9 fur babies mama. So
yeah,
your fur babies need you, so get them safe too. And we definitely want to hear from you as this goes through. Give us an idea what's going on. Max Goose, I think he's up around Wickliffe, Kentucky, which is he's from Fredonia. So if he's not working, that's where he is. But if he's working, he's at Wickliffe, which is right on the Kentucky-Missouri border. And Chris Meacham says, "Good morning, Thunder Buddies, at work this morning." Hey, well, it's about time you did some work, Chris. 9 fur babies mama, I always watch y'all. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you. And she says, yes, sir. And I hope that she fares well in those storms down there. And Kim Langley Gott says, we already have a flood warning in Muhlenberg County, and we do over a large area. If you look back here at this green outlines, you can see most of Kentucky from, say, Russellville, Beaver Dam eastward is under a flood warning. So hopefully it'll all be okay. Max Goose says he's not working tonight, so he can sit there with his family and enjoy the storms. Scott Stokes says, morning, fellas. Morning, Scott. And Olivia Robinson, safe to sleep in Princeton? Yeah, for a little while, I think so. I don't think it's going to be too bad until we get up into the day some, maybe around 7-ish or so.
Yeah.
So, you got
7 or 8 o'clock. It's
Yeah.
going to take it just a little while to get from the Mississippi River over here, but those western counties need to watch out for that because it'll be rolling in on them about that time.
If you can take a chance and get you some rest, that would be a good thing to do right now until this next round of storms comes in back to our south and west. It is a really nasty looking batch of storms, and that doesn't show the half of it. Let me get down here to a little bit better. Here's Shreveport, Louisiana. So, I don't know. Let me see. Little Rock, here we go. There you can see exactly how strong these storms are. And we got like a double squall line here. So one of them will end up giving out to the other. Normally, one of them will draw the energy from the other and become very strong. Really, the second line looks stronger than the first, although the first has some little bow echoes in it, which means wind. Let's see.
Yeah, they show all that kind of consolidating together down in the southern part, especially down in the Tennessee side, as it pushes east.
Yeah, it looks
and
like
it's one
trying
solid squall line by the time it gets about to the land between the lakes area.
Well, isn't that lovely?
Of course.
Oh, my goodness. Tina McGee says, my mom lives in Linton, so she's here with me so we can be together. I'm glad to hear that in Hopkinsville. And Holly Mason, around what time do you think that line will be to Madisonville? I'm going to say we're looking 8
Right about the same time as what we're talking about here. Yeah, 8 to 9 o'clock, I think.
Janet Guilford Cranford, I have tried to corral my 3 cats into my safe place. I'll get 2 in, then one escapes, and I get the third in place. Oh, my goodness. She says, I've not been successful yet. Well, you know how cats are.
Yeah, cats are going to cat.
Yep, they are. My goodness. It is I haven't got my nap out. I had slept earlier, and then I woke up, was up for about 3 hours, I think. And then when I laid back down, I just dozed off, and my phone rang, and Mr. Mark says, hey. I said, okay, where is it? So anyway, 9 fur babies, mama, that line nearing the Mississippi went over me earlier. It was extremely intense with lightning, quite loud and scary. Yeah, I can imagine. In fact, I wonder, do we have to worry about front enders on this, Mark? Front end tornadoes?
They're talking about tornadoes, so it's entirely possible. I know this line, until it started to weaken a bit, when the outflow was just coming off of it, it had a long line of rotational energy in the front of it. But I think if I'm realizing what it looks like on the radar now, they may have had a roll cloud out in front of it. They may have had some horizontal rotation instead of the vertical rotation.
Yeah. Hannah Wright says she's in Chattanooga for work. How does it look that way? Well, let's go over and just kind of look around over here. I want to look at Irwin, Tennessee, Pinnacle Tower anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is, but it's like condensation on the lens. And there's some ground fog down there. This is Irwin, Tennessee, off this way and off to the right. And if it were daylight, you can kind of see the mountains out here where they watch for forest fires. But it does look like they're getting some rain up. I mean, not rain, but wind up there. As I look at these trees here blowing. 60 degrees, not bad.
Chattanooga is still under the slight, but they're kind of under the enhanced, but they're kind of on the east end of this, and they're just at the edge of the hatched area for the tornadoes.
I'm looking for, there's no precip going on that way right now.
Yeah. In it for the wind and hail, but it'll be later in the day for them, of course.
Right. Anyway, let's see here. Knoxville. I'm kind of looking for Chattanooga. There it is, right here. I lost it for a second. We actually got a camera there. Let's see what it looks like.
Yeah. Cody, if you go to bed now in Elkton, if you get up around 8, you should be up in time for them.
Yeah, they got some, I guess you'd call it fog or low-hanging clouds. One of the two.
Yeah.
In Chattanooga. And it's 71 degrees there. So, back to our neck of the woods. I want to look again at these lines. These going severe quite a bit down through here. As this whole line seems to be severe. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark.
Tay Evans over on Facebook was asking, are we looking at a nighttime event at all or just these early day squall lines? So far, just the early day squall lines. We could see some storms through the day, but they should all clear out of it here before dark tonight, I think.
Yeah, and that's when the cold front will come through, and boy, it's going to get right chilly. Highs Thursday, still expected to be in the mid-60s mark, somewhere thereabouts.
Yeah, let me see here. Near 70 is what they're saying now.
That means upper 60s.
Yeah.
Why do they do that? Near 70. If it's not going to be near 70, what is it? Upper 60s. I don't know.
And Thursday night lows are still going to be in the upper 40s.
Yeah, well, that's pretty chilly.
Yeah.
And
the official forecast for here, which kind of gives you a timeline for some of this, is showers and thunderstorms likely before 4 a.m., then showers likely and possibly a thunderstorm between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m., then a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 5 a.m. Mostly cloudy with a low around 69 and chance of precip is 60%. Then Tuesday, showers and thunderstorms likely mainly after 4 p.m. Some of the storms could produce heavy rainfall with a high near 82. Chance of precip is 70%. And then it drops off to a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 1 a.m.
Okay. Well, we'll just have to see.
So, yeah. If we're fortunate and the way the boxes are shaped and stuff, we could get our severe potential out of here early.
Yeah.
And that would be good.
Cody, I believe you'll be okay if you want to go ahead and sleep. So you don't want to be home by yourself during these storms, but I think if you can get at least a couple hours sleep before this all happens, that'll help you a lot. I hate to see you go completely without sleep. Besides, if you sleep, I'll just get on here and say, "Wake up, Cody!" I thought it was kind of funny. Nobody else is laughing.
Yeah. Well, and nobody would think, nobody would enjoy that kind of a wake up, I don't think.
I know that.
Although I've done that kind of a wake up. Usually for kids or grandkids trying to get them up for school. Yeah. That outflow boundary is still being persistent along the whole area that the line was coming. So you may feel some gusty winds when that rolls through here, because that may persist, and we may see some storms start to fire along and ahead of it. But right now, we're not seeing too much of the signs of that.
A little storm here just northeast of Hopkinsville, up north of Fearsville.
Yeah.
A little bit just west of Graham. Hiawassee might be getting a little shower. So,
and that outflow. That outflow is just crossed Murray, I think.
Yeah.
And probably just crossed Eddyville, and then it gets a little bit more harder to read as it goes on up. But as it goes on up to near Dixon, and actually almost all the way up to Henderson, although there's still a pretty good storm up north of Henderson, and it's not producing an outflow boundary yet.
Yeah, that one right there is pretty strong. Evansville northward up to close to Princeton. our better friend Mike
Mm-hmm.
Bynum, yeah, he's in the middle of it too, there in Washington. So, Cody, let's see. Cody says I would, but my only ride gets up for work in an hour. It was funny. Okay, Cody. Well, do what you think you need to do, and main thing, get someplace where it's fairly safe and you can get you some rest. Opal Kane, what about Belton? Mark?
Belton. Okay. They keep having to remind me where that's at.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I remember it. We looked it up several times, but I don't know why. I'm going to do a little quick look around. Let's see. Ruth Cornelius. Good morning, Ruth. She says, waiting for coffee. Well, I've got mine right here. It's getting a little cold right now, but still. Alicia Thomas Bowley, what is a possible timeline for Russellville and Auburn area? Worried about my kids at school this morning. Okay, she's in Texas. Mark, let's see. No, that's Texas is what her question is. She's asking about
Oh.
Texas, and she
Honestly, I haven't looked too much at Texas this morning. I've just barely got my eyes open to look at us, so I'll work on that in just a moment.
I found Belton. It's
Yeah, Muhlenberg County.
Muhlenberg County. Yeah. It's right
And
there.
they're going to be under the gun like the rest of us when this second line, I think, comes through. So probably around the 9 o'clock hour or so is when our higher chances for severe storms begin in this area.
You know what's going to be bad?
What's
is if
that?
they come in and they're just thunderstorms, and you and I have to sit here and try to stay awake during.
Yeah, I know. We'll manage.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay. Now, Texas. Texas really is everything's moving east of most of Texas. There's a little bit of a chance, a marginal chance for severe in the very eastern parts of Texas, probably a little north of Houston and right along the Missouri or the Louisiana Texas border.
Texarkana is under severe thunderstorm warning right now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the back end of this line extends down to near Tyler, but it's it looks like that'll be moving on forward. And areas behind all that are do not have a watch or anything. But the cold front is not too far behind. It goes really from about I guess Lawton, Oklahoma, all the way up to Kansas. So there should be a big temperature change once this gets through, and all the storms behind it should be over with. I'm just kind of looking around, seeing what I see.
Yeah, behind this squall line that's down by Little Rock and whatever that's forming up, there's not a lot going on. There is some stuff near where the main low is up by Kansas City. They've got a special weather statement on one of the storms. But really not too much. And it's just for, it's for wind gusts up to 50 and half-inch hail. So that could become severe as a severe area as the day goes on. But for right now, once this initial squall line gets through, hopefully the front will come on in behind it.
Yeah, Hannah Wright says, will Somerset, Kentucky get hit again? That's so sad what happened there. It certainly is sad as far as getting hit like that again. I am hopeful that all this convection, all these clouds and storms in the area are going to hold everything down today. I do think that maybe, just maybe, it will help take some of the energy out of the atmosphere. Rob Stahl, how's Lexington by UK looking for the day? We could look up here, Rob. Since the weather radios up here are out of commission till Tuesday, till Wednesday. But right now they're clear. And Mark, see if you can give him a forecast up there around Lexington.
All righty. Right now, they are also in the enhanced and the hatched area with 10% for possible stronger tornadoes today. But again, it's a 10%. It's not as high as it was the other day. So we'll have to see how it happens.
Cody Grimes says, oh, I see what she's talking about. She said, Rob, you mean United Kingdom or University of Kentucky? And then she says, oh, never mind. I'm tired. My bad.
Okay. For the Lexington area, Lexington Bluegrass, there's a flood watch in effect today.
Yeah, which we see.
Yeah. The high is supposed to be 79. The showers and thunderstorms likely before 2 p.m. Then showers and possibly a thunderstorm between 2 and 5. Then showers and thunderstorms after 5. Some of the storms could produce heavy rainfall, high near 79. And the precip chances of 100%. And they're looking at rainfall amounts between 3/4 and 1 inch possible. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms mainly before 4 a.m., so it's going to take a while to get over that way. Then a slight chance of thunderstorms after 5 a.m., low 62, chance of precip is 80%. New rainfall between 3/4 and 1 inch possible. And then Wednesday, a slight chance of showers between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m., then a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 p.m., partly sunny with a high near 71. And then their shower chance continues, a little bit of a chance for showers on Thursday, about 40%. And then they just kind of get partly cloudy until we get into the weekend when they start seeing some rain chances come in again.
So what's the highest Thursday up there?
The highest Thursday up there is 62, but their high Friday is 64. And then the overnight lows Thursday night and Friday night are in the middle 40s.
That's pretty airish.
It is.
Oh, my goodness. Alicia Thomas Bowley, I was asking about Russellville and Auburn in Kentucky timeline. So really the timeline is, if it's going to be in the Hopkinsville area around 8-ish, then I would think that Auburn would be closer to Russellville, and Auburn should be closer to around 9-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Give or take a few minutes one way or the other.
Maybe give or take a half hour either direction.
Yeah. Alicia says, thank you for keeping us all informed and safe. It is greatly appreciated. We thank you all. We're glad to see you all. I'm surprised there's so many people on with us at this hour of the day. Don't you guys ever sleep, or y'all like us?
Yeah. What is the sleep we speak of?
Yeah. Hannah Wright says, thank y'all for all you do for us. Hope y'all have a great day. You're welcome, Hannah. I hope you do too. I'm going back west. Let's see. Where do we want to see first? I like being able to see everything. I haven't changed radar sites, but I think I like the single site radar better. So I'm going to change that again. Because that gives you more detail in things. And so there we have it. You can see where that outflow boundary is. It's very pronounced. And you will notice after it passes over you, it'll feel cool out there for a while. Nine Fur Baby's mama is laughing at us. Garth 91, do you think it'll be okay to get a few hours of sleep in Hopkins County? I'm in Dawson Springs and have been up since the weather radio sounded. Yeah, Garth, go ahead and get you some sleep. There's nothing too much going to happen for at least a couple of hours. So you can get you some sleep, and it'll all be okay.
There's a couple of storms still firing up a little bit over by Mayfield and Murray. They're not severe. They are behind that outflow boundary, so we'll see what happens with them. Yep. But they're pushing up to the northeast at a pretty good rate of speed, about 60 miles an hour.
Our friend Leo up in Loveisville. He says, great show. Keep up the amazing work and be safe, my friends. God bless all from Loveisville, Kentucky. Hannah Wright says, no sleep here. I have a 4-month-old. Oh, I'm sorry, Hannah.
Well, I'm not sorry she's got a 4-month-old, but I'm sorry she's not getting any sleep.
That's what I meant. Cody Grimes says, what's sleep? Is that a newfangled dance these young folks doing? Yeah, that's a good question. I wouldn't know because I don't experience it much either. Ruth Cornelius says, I slept just getting up. I go in around 5:40. Ooh. The hours some of you all keep. They're as bad as weather guys. Yeah, it's strange, but if you look back over here on the other side of the outflow boundary, these storms are firing up pretty quickly. They've increased some since we looked at them just a few minutes ago. And this one up around Central City has now got a storm track, which means it's got some lightning detected in it. Hey, Jennifer Worstein has liked the stream. Hi, Jennifer. Glad to see you on with us. I know there's a lot of folks on watching this that I never hear from, but I know that you're there, and I appreciate it. And Sabrina Nicole McCullough, I set an alarm to be up in case the weather got bad. Well, set it for another couple of hours, and you'll be good, Sabrina. Wish I could do that. Go back and replay.
Yeah.
Chad Hooper says, been up since one lightning over here in Louisville, headed to Ohio. Thought it'd be okay. Jennifer Orstein comments, it's too early for this stuff. Boy, I'll go along with that, Jennifer. Kim Langley Gott, winds blowing in Greenville. You know, the winds are picking up a little bit out there. I noticed that they were just starting to be a little breeze when I came in. Dakota Marie, how many round of storms do we have today for Todd County, do we think? Good morning.
Well, we'll have a
2 anyway, I would think.
Yeah, we're going to have one this morning that's probably not going to be severe now, we hope. And then another one later in the morning, probably in the at 9 o'clock time frame by the time it gets over this way. And that one could be our biggest severe threat of the day. We'll see.
Opal Kane says she's getting some sprinkles and lightning in the sky at Belton, Kentucky. And Jenna J says we're already in Campbellsville, retied everything down from the other day. Good grief. I know how that is, Jenna, but I'm glad that you fared well in it. Cody Grimes, my Lord, give me strength to deal with these yucky storms.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need to probably talk Cody coming down and join the group and send her out on one of those storms with one of our teams. I bet she would really enjoy that.
She probably would. She probably would.
We got some good people, good experienced people that know what they're doing. We train constantly.
Yep.
Who blew that sand in my eyes out there? Catherine Bell Thweet, coming down here in Henderson, Cairo, Kentucky, thunder and lightning. So let's go back up here and look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's some pretty good storms up there. Jennifer, she says, I just saw a post from Mom, the governor saying no weather radio alerts available today because of updates. Do you know if we still get the NWS alerts? Yes. The only thing we found is that the Lexington area was going to have a problem with that today. But I think we're still good here. Is that your thoughts, Mark?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've tried to look at, if that was going to be the case, it would be on the National Weather Service sites for that area, saying that they were not giving out alerts because their weather radio system was down, and I've not seen that in any place but the Lexington area up there.
So I don't know that once a rumor like that gets started, it just doesn't want to die, but it is. Not true that there won't be any weather radio alerts today. It's just mainly in the Lexington area. Ben Johnson says, good morning, guys. Just wanted to let you know how much we appreciate you and the team for keeping us well informed. God bless you all. And you bless too, Ben. Good to hear from you. Cody Grimes says, I'd be honored, David. I'd like to give it a shot and learn more about storms so I won't be scared of them anymore. And you know what? That would help you. So why don't you message me your phone number, and I'll get in touch with you. I'll have one of my folks get in touch with you, and we'll see what we can work out for you, Cody. It'll be on my Facebook page, or you could send an email to the email address here. It's let's see, David Powell Weather and Wisdom at gmail.com. Yeah, you would probably enjoy it. Really, you might decide you want to be one of us for good. Jennifer says, got it. He didn't specify the area for this. Checking with my experts in Western Kentucky. Okay, Cody. Yeah, just send an email to that address, and I'll be watching for you. It's David Powell Weather and Wisdom at gmail.com. You know, we need some background music to play when we're not saying much. If we really wanted to wake everybody up, we could play the happy birthday song, but I don't know, that's a little bit much for this time of day.
Okay. Louisville says they could experience sporadic outages this afternoon due to routine maintenance.
Okay.
And then they say no significant weather is expected. Really?
Well, stranger things have happened.
Yeah,
Kane says,
I don't know how old that message is either.
Opal Kane says rain is coming down now in Belton. Go back down here to Belton and take a look. Figure out where I'm at. Oh, yes, you do have some rain coming down there. Pretty hefty rain, as a matter of fact. Linda Avery says, yes, I only listen to these experts for our area. Thank you so much, Linda. That's very nice of you to say. Tommy Hilliard says, good morning, y'all. Good morning, Tommy. Yeah, this storm between Belton and Enos is pretty strong for the size.
Mm-hmm.
Some intense heavy rain.
It's funny how strong these little small storms can be when they're still deciding what they want to do.
Cody Grimes, bear with me. Is that all caps or lower? It's all lower caps on the email address.
Yeah, all lowercase.
It's David Powell Weather and Wisdom at gmail.com. Let's see what direction that storm's moving in. Sure did pulse up in a hurry, though.
Yeah, we could see storms do that. These little individual cells, like the one that kicked off the warning over by Paducah earlier.
Yep. Another little storm entering the corner of Simpson County and Sumner County, Tennessee. Just to the east of Eden Mill. Know this area pretty well. See if this camera will pick it up. Can't really see. This is in Springfield, looking up Highway 41. I don't see anything, any lightning or anything. So that's a good thing. These storms are starting to, looks like they're starting to try to pulse back up a little bit. Just behind this outflow. Keith Kennedy watching Venice, Louisiana. Welcome, Keith. Let me go down here and see if I can find Venice, Louisiana. Let's see here. Jim Langley got Ron Rhodes and Wayne Hart say the tornado threat will be north of the Western Kentucky Parkway. What is your thoughts on that? Well, it all depends on who you believe. I do know Wayne. I don't think I know Ron Rhodes, but I do know Wayne Hart. Nice guy. I haven't found Venice, Louisiana yet. Must be a smaller community.
Is it spelled the same as, yeah, Venice? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Cody. I will definitely check for it. Kim, to answer your question about that, I don't really buy into that. I don't know what time period he's talking about, but I know that the SPC is showing the threats, the bigger threats to our south in Tennessee.
Yeah. It's way out on the very tip of the Delta, south east of New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
They're
wow.
way out on the tip.
Wow. Yeah, Keith says mouth of the Mississippi River. Yeah, I can see that. Wow. You are out there. But I bet you enjoy the beach. I don't see a radar shot anywhere close. Of course, the buoys are all dark right now because the sun hadn't come up since they're solar powered. Okay, Tommy Hilliard, what is the time frame for the storms? Sorry if it's been answered, just joining y'all. Yeah, we can go ahead and give a little quick rundown. So the time frame would be
we've got a little area of storms around us that's just coming in. Some of them may perk up a little bit, but mostly they're moving off to the northeast at a pretty good pace, and the whole area is moving eastward. We've got another area of storms that's developing over in Missouri and Arkansas. Those should be getting to the Mississippi River by around 6, 7 a.m. and then pushing on eastward. They're expected here in the Christian County, Hopkinsville area by about 8 to 9 a.m. And that may be our big threat for severe for the day. We'll have to wait and see what it looks like behind it.
And so, Jacob Dahl, hopefully that answered your question as well. Keith Kennedy said he's a charter boat captain. Wow, what an interesting person. Good to have you
All
on,
right.
Keith. Thank you for letting us know you're there.
Okay. Their forecast office down there, of course, is New Orleans and Baton Rouge.
Yep.
Their current conditions at the Galliano South Lafourche Airport, KGAO. It's 79 degrees, dew point, or it's 26 Celsius. The dew point is 73 degrees, 23 Celsius. Their high today is supposed to be 86 and mostly sunny. They're not looking for showers to start moving in until Wednesday, with a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly before 1 p.m. Partly sunny with a high near 85 for tomorrow.
And I know he's hoping the winds are a little low.
Today, winds are south 10 to 15. Overnight, winds southwest 5 to 10. Tomorrow, looks like west wind around 5.
Good ship weather. GHJJ, ready for a surprise? I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. Jenna J says, thanks for asking. I didn't want to ask, but I wanted to know. GHJJ, that's the point. Well, nothing's going to surprise us much in the weather because we're pretty well know where everything is and what's going. But you can get some surprise weather events that you don't expect. This storms down here just seem to be ragged, not really organized, but they're in lines. So I don't know. Maybe they're getting ready to form the solid line. A couple of severe ones, though. And a severe one back to Texarkana. Brent Williams says, hello from Christiana, Tennessee. Hey, Dave, are you still on with us? April Lilly says, good morning, everyone. Having my first round of coffee before heading to work in about an hour. Looks like I'm going to have a job keeping my daycare kitties calm this morning. Well, hope not. Anna Wright says, good morning. Imagine me scrolling because I can't sleep, and here you are. Well, we're glad we're here for you, Anita. It's now 4:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Beth Lancaster is so scary to go through this again. My house got hit Friday night, and last year in May, I have a bullseye on my roof. Well, think about how long it had gone without getting hit at all. So hopefully you used up all those chances where you get hit and you won't have no more time, no more damage in a long time now. I hope that's the case. Riley Fike, really wish I had a cup of coffee right now. Whew. think I done had too much coffee. I'm getting a little jittery. Anita Wright says, I'm sure appreciative of you guys. Hey, Dave, if you're out there, come back on and let me know you're there. You or Eric Break, either one. Let's see. Rachel Perez, just joining. Does this afternoon still call for bad storms? Kind of. Rob Stahl, any word on the storm shelters they're building in Christian County? I do know that those plans are going forward. They've been selecting sites of where they're going to be located. One of them is right here in the vicinity of the Weather Center. And I know there's one down on South Hopkinsville, somewhere around Pardue Lane and somewhere in that neighborhood. But that's about all I know. I don't have an idea about the timeline or anything. And Joyce Keith Thomas, I'm up in Dexter, Kentucky, about 10 miles north of Murray. Thank you both for keeping us safe. You're certainly welcome, Joyce. It does look like my moderators took care of that issue I was wanting to get in touch with him about, since I no longer see him. It never ceases to amaze me how some people will try to just get on and mess with people.
Yeah, it's too early in the morning for that stuff, you know?
Yeah. They better hope I don't find them. That's all I can say. Yeah, we have a feller who can find them if we need to. So far, it's not that bad. Jenna J says, I've seen a lot of trolls, never on a Weather Channel. Glad it's gone. Yeah, well, we do have ways, since we've got a lot more scientifically advanced stream than most of them do. We can do things that they probably don't realize. Ice cream, what's Florence, Alabama looking like today? Thank you for looking when you get the chance, Mark. Florence, Alabama.
All right. Hang on just 1 minute.
We aim to please. Ruth Cornelius says, your moderators are the best, and they are fast. Yes, they are. Darlene Ace says, hello to everyone.
Okay. Florence is over in the vicinity of Huntsville, Muscle Shoals, and they are calling for about a 60% chance of showers and then severe thunderstorms today after 1 p.m. Some of the storms could be severe, partly sunny with a high near 86. Winds could gust as high as 25 out of the southwest. And new rainfall amounts between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch. Expect higher amounts possible in thunderstorms. Then tonight, showers and possibly a thunderstorm before 7 p.m. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms between 7 and 9. Some of the storms could be severe, produce heavy rainfall, low around 62. Southwest wind 5 to 10, gusts as high as 20, and the chance of precip then is 80%. And new precipitation amounts between 1/4 and 1/2 inch possible. Then tomorrow, you're going to be sunny with a high near 81.
That sounds kind of nice.
Yeah. So you're under the gun for potential severe, and I think if I'm remembering right, you're also under the possibility of tornadoes today. You're in the enhanced area, just like everybody up this way. So it could be a rough day. So hang on tight and stay tuned for your local warnings in your area.
Yeah, this sure kind of looks strange. This outflow boundary is still very persistent. It's halfway through Trigg County now and moving about to hit the northern border of Christian County.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem to be having an effect, especially these down here at the south end of it. These storms have been building. I've been watching them. They've been building pretty quickly. You're welcome, Ice Cream. And then Chantel Hale 4858 says, good morning, everyone. And Terry Rustorfer says, good morning. I have an appointment traveling from Cadiz to Paducah and back. Time frame about 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. I don't want to put my driver in any danger. Are we okay to travel? Well,
yeah, that's not a
say.
good time to be traveling
Yeah.
right now, I don't think.
We think the storms will be firing somewhere in that neighborhood. But, you know, I don't know if they'll be that severe, though. So it may be just plain old thunderstorms, and you get through it and be okay. Terry Huddleston says, good morning, gentlemen. Thank you, and God bless you extra good today. Sure appreciate you. We thank you very much, Terry. I appreciate that. And if any of you that are on haven't subscribed, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. It does help the channel. It helps us to improve our product. And that's me feel like it's worth me losing sleep over all this. I guess it's 4:39 now. I guess a lot of people are just now about ready to have their alarm go off.
Those who didn't get awakened by their weather radio.
Yeah. Terry Rostoffer says, okay, thank you. Appreciate y'all. Hope you have a blessed day, and we hope you do too, Terry. I need to stretch out a little bit here.
The latest from Paducah on the weather is redevelopment of severe thunderstorms is expected to be between noon and 3 p.m.
Okay.
The exact location of the redevelopment is still in question, but the best chances will be in extreme southeast Missouri, extreme southern Illinois, and far west Kentucky, with activity spreading east through the mid to late afternoon hours. Supercells are expected with damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes. Strong tornadoes are possible. Thunderstorms will move east of our region early this evening.
Well, there's good news and bad news there. The bad news is that they do expect strong to severe storms to redevelop with tornadoes possible between, what, noon and 3, did you say?
Noon and 3.
And then continuing into the early evening hours.
Early evening, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not going to be an all night thing, so that's a good thing. So any of us that are losing sleep now can go home early.
And then heavy rainfall is also possible with these storms through this evening and may lead to localized flooding Um, for the Paducah area over that way, it's between 1 and 1.5 inches. And then for Madisonville, Murray, and Hopkinsville, we're looking at 1.5 to 2 inches possible out of this.
At least we're not going to have a drought.
This is true. This is true.
It's kind of important to get plenty of moisture during the springtime. You know, I know we've had some places have way too much moisture, but you know, it's good for the crops whenever they don't get flooded out too bad. I'm going to take a quick look at some of these cameras over here in the midst of this stuff.
The change at 323 is they've expanded the enhanced risk area north and west to include northwest Kentucky, extreme southern Illinois, and extreme southeast Missouri, Boot Heel area. The best chance for big hail is going to be west of the lakes as well.
Pretty strong storm was developed there around Possum Trot, just to the southwest of Calvert City. Denise Darnell. Good morning, David Mark. Hey, Denise. Terry Huddleston says, weather alarm got me up in Greenville, Kentucky. Coffee's ready. I'll stay tuned in today. Terry, you're just a glutton for punishment. What I will be glad of is when we're able to get the 24/7 channel up and going, because I think you guys are going to really benefit by it and love it. We're making some great strides in it. We're testing right now, so it's actually up, but we're not letting anybody see it yet. Let's see here. So did you say the new SPC is out?
Yes. Should be able to refresh it and get the.
All right, so let's take a look at this. Hang on just a second here. There's the latest from Storm Prediction Center. They have expanded the enhanced area to include almost all except far northern Kentucky and pretty much all of Tennessee except far eastern Tennessee. So large area of enhanced risk now for today. If we break that down into the tornado threat, here we go, Mark. Tell them what we're seeing.
Okay, well, that's a 10% chance for tornadoes. That means that 10% of that area will probably see a tornado. And then the hatched area means that there's a 10% or greater chance of an EF2 or higher tornado within 25 miles of any given point in that area.
Well, that's not good. And here's the wind
No,
threat.
it's not.
There's the wind threat.
Yeah. It's 30% for us right here, but then just to our east and southeast, there's a big area there of 45%. So that's where that squall line will form up and move east and could cause a lot of problems over that way.
Let's look at the hail. That's a little bit of a change.
It is. They've got that one little focused area of hail right along the Mississippi River. Western Kentucky's in that. Paducah area and the lakes westward, and West Tennessee. And again, that's a focused area. And that, is there hatching in that?
Yes.
Okay, and that means that in that area there could be 2-inch or larger hail.
Okay, so we have that. Let's see what else we got up here to choose from. Yeah, we could. I don't know. Let's just wait.
Yeah.
I do.
By tomorrow, all this stuff sweeps off to the east of us pretty far, so we'll be in pretty good shape if we can make it through today.
Okay.
Central Indiana, you're kind of north of the worst area there. You're still in the slight risk, though, so you could still get some strong storms and some hail and some gusty winds. I don't think your tornado threat is exceptionally high, but it's still there.
I think I'm going to take a look here, show everybody the Niagara Falls camera. It
Okay.
is, here we go. Now, let me see if I can find out how to put you on here. Here we go. Kind of a neat shot.
It is. With the sun just coming up and making that red tinge to the mist coming up off the falls.
First time I've seen it with no people standing all along the, the area here looking. I guess, I don't know. Is that the checkpoint? No, I don't guess it is. That's a walkway across that road, but tornado watch has been updated. I'm going to go back and look at that here in a second. Yeah, it is really a nice shot, though. I just absolutely love this picture.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
It was just coming up on 6 o'clock in the morning over there, their time.
So you can see they've got a lot more daylight than we got here. But let's see here. Where else do I want to look at that? While we're here, might as well look around. Let's see. Let's look at our friend Tracy Runyon's place there in Kansas City. It's not running too much, but Tracy's in there somewhere sound asleep.
Well, I can't blame her.
Yeah, me either.
They're on the backside of most of this, so I think they'll be in pretty good shape.
Let's see what Houston looks like. Wow. Looks like a big city with lots of lights, haze, and traffic. I sure wouldn't want to live places like that. So let's instead go on down here and see if we've got, there's exit 4 down at Clarksville. This is, we're looking north up Highway 79, and right here to the right is going to be, let's see, over about right in there is where you go into Sounds Club, and then to the left of that is Cracker Barrel, but this is what that looks like. Let's see if we can look up towards the mall. Can't see it too well. Let me see if I can. It's not helping much either. But as expected, light traffic. Let's look at Riverside Drive. Again, fairly light traffic in Clarksville. And let's go ahead and look at Southwest Hopkinsville. Have a nice evening out. Off some of this stuff. Y'all enjoy the cameras. And let's see here. Barkley Lake, I don't think is up yet. It is not. Let's look at
Nope.
Lakeside.
They
Yeah,
don't have
sky's
quite enough daylight yet.
yeah, sky's lightening a little bit, but not enough daylight. Let's look at the WKDZ camera over at I-24. I'm sorry, this is 6880 they're pointing at, looking towards the west, right next to the I-24 exit. Let's see here.
Yep. Darlene
Go ahead.
A says, "Can you please show Marion?"
We sure can. Give me just a second here. This is a look at where the tornado watch currently exists in Kentucky, and you see the dark green is the flood watch. The light green is flood advisory or flood warning here, and then flood advisory back here. And so I just thought you guys would like to see that. Okay, so Marion. Mouse here, right? There's Marion right there. Looks like just mainly some light showers around. There's a little bit heavier shower off to the southwest of you. Ruth Cornelius says, pretty. Ruth, and she says, Houston has a great skyline. It does look better, I think, in the daylight, though.
It does.
Beth Wilburn says, morning, guys. Looks to be a long day. Yeah, it's been a long morning already. We have been on live for an hour and 22 minutes. That don't seem like all that long now. You know, as you look down here, you have to see that this is coming up towards Hopkinsville. It looks a little strong. Could it be this will be our next chance of rain and showers and thunder showers?
We will have to wait and see.
Watch these little things here develop, see if they get stronger. And there seems to be something here to the okay, I see. They're hitting this stationary front area, frontal boundary. Let's see, where does that go to?
All the way up to the low.
Yeah, then I don't know where it goes from there. It looks like it just stays there. It's a warm front. So this red line is a warm front, which is why the temperatures down here are starting to get a little bit muggy. Storms down here southwest of Hopkins is starting to get a little stronger. Let's see here. Shelby Jones. Good morning, David. Good morning, Shelby. And then Tammy Kite. What about Hopkinsville? Well, here's Hopkinsville, and we're still watching. We're watching these storms back here to the southwest, and we're also watching this big line back over here. Let me see if I make it look a little different. It's a little more defined. This looks like just a big area, a little cluster maybe of some embedded thunderstorms. while we're waiting, we ought to consider, you guys should consider storm shelter. I'm going to be promoting the Mid-South Storm Shelters because they are actually one of our sponsors. But more than that, they really do a good job. Some of you out there may be watching this morning have some of those storm shelters. Those boys know what they're doing, and they're very, very popular. Take a look at this. Let's see if I can find one I want to play a little differently. Let's try this one. It's the middle of the night, and tornadic storms are approaching. The nearest public shelter is miles away and doesn't allow pets. You should have purchased a Mid-South storm shelter that offers you the security of having your own shelter at your doorstep. These sturdy and roomy shelters come in below ground or above ground styles. Both accommodates 10 people comfortably and will give you peace of mind anytime severe weather threatens. When the weather gets severe, have no fear with a Mid-South storm shelter. Call today at 270-725-6020. Oh, good grief. Stop that. Here we go. I do want to tell you guys that if you call them, mention the promo code Weather and Wisdom, and they're going to give you $200 off the price of that storm shelter. And they're priced reasonably, but they also have financing available, so you don't have to go without a storm shelter. We still got a lot of storm season still to go, and then we got the fall severe season. So try to get you one soon. Get your name on the list at least so you can take advantage of the promo code. But anyway, so give those guys a call. They do have a little bit of a waiting list, but they're getting caught up. They've added more crews, so I think that you'll find they'll get to you pretty quickly. I also want to remind you to get in touch with Michael Vance Contracting and Roofing, because I know a lot of you have roofing issues out there, and Michael Vance is one of the best. I wouldn't have him on my channel if he wasn't one of the best, and everyone that's on here, I believe in their product, and so give Michael a call, 270-707-ROOF. He's got teams out there now working around, well, I won't say around the clock, but they're working many hours a day trying to get folks taken care of and caught up. And so give him a call. Let him tell you what he can do for you. And I think you'll be very happy with it. He also owns Lakeside Campground Marina. There's a website. Visit lakesidecampground.com. They're filling up as well. So if you want to get a spot there on beautiful Jonathan Creek, it is Jonathan Creek, isn't it, Mark? Yeah. So
Jonathan Creek, yeah.
Yeah. So they're on Kentucky Lake. I think you're going to enjoy that. And let's see here. What's next? Oh, my good friend Katie Moyer over at Kentucky Hemp Works. She's got some fishing attractant that I mean is second to none. Take a look at this. If you want to give yourself an edge in catching fish, you have to try Kentucky Hemp Works fish attractant. It is so easy to use, even a child can do it. A drop or two on your bait will yield amazing results.
I got him.
Make your fishing trip memorable. Catch lots of fish with Kentucky Hemp Works fishing attractant. Look for it in our online store at dpww.shop. Supplies are going fast, so place your order today. And like it says, it's in our online store, dpww.shop. Find Kentucky Hemp Works stuff, and also some of our Merc, koozies and mouse pads, all kinds of stuff like that, and also a link to the shopweatherandwisdom.com store, which has all the apparel, which is hoodies and shirts and all kinds of things. Get in there and look around. You will really like it. So hopefully you do anyway. And let's go back here to radar. Still watching this sail down here just to the east of Murray. And it continues to build up. It's between New Concord and Hamlin, but it's not severe or anything. It's just a little bit stronger than usual. I see Darlene A. Somebody's going click happy. I'm not sure I follow you.
They've canceled the tornado watch for the following counties. In Illinois, they canceled it for Gallatin, Pope, Hardin, Wabash, and Massac. In Indiana, they canceled it for Posey and Gibson and Vanderburgh. And in Kentucky, they canceled it for Caldwell, Crittenden, Livingston, Lyon, Marshall, McCracken, and Union.
Okay, so here's where the new tornado watch is. It includes Central City, Beaver Dam, Madisonville, this area up here to the northeast.
Yeah.
They've dropped these other counties off.
Yeah. Basically everything west of that outflow boundary.
Oh, okay. I am beginning to sense, just from looking at this, and I could be wrong, this may end up being a non-event.
Well, this morning anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
We may break away and take a break and then look at it at noon and see what's going on. But I'm not quite ready to quit for this morning yet. There could be another line form up this morning, and then have another line come through this afternoon, this evening, which is what at least one or two of the models are showing.
I think we need to invest in some massaging chairs.
Then all they'd see is us sound asleep.
Here we go.
Yeah.
We got quite a few people watching us this hour of the day. Don't you guys ever sleep? No, I guess they're getting up and getting ready to go to work. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's 5:03 a.m. and the alarms have gone off. People getting up.
Yeah.
Leaving us on, jumping in the shower, getting ready.
Yeah. Chris Meacham's already at work, I guess, working at his job. And he says, hey, David and Mark, how about us taking a trip up to Niagara Falls in the future?
Okay, he'll pay for it. So why don't you just take everybody else
Sure.
with you too? Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll let Chris pay for it. That's a good idea. Oh, my goodness. Robin Halliday. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, Robin. So, again, not a whole lot happening right at the moment. Although earlier this morning, when it came on due to the tornado watch being in our area, and at that time, I think Paducah was under a severe thunderstorm warning.
Mm-hmm.
And since that time, things have calmed down a little bit. And here is why you have this outflow boundary that is now passing through parts of Christian County and eastern Trigg. It's already passed through Madisonville. And this is a boundary of cooler air that's back behind it. And it came off some storms that were all up and through here earlier. Those storms have since moved on off up here and or dissipated, but now it seems to be that this outflow boundary is feeding these storms here to become stronger. As we look here at McKenzie and Milan, Tennessee, these are moving northeast. And if you look at that, that's going to put you on a track right up here to highway. Let me see if I can find one of these to put a storm track on it. Let's try this one right here. So it's moving northeast at 33. And so if you follow that, it could put, it'd put it up in the vicinity of Hopkinsville. Would say, let's see. If I look at this, here we go. Look at this one. So, actually, I need to come on up here. That looks a little better, more likely. These little blue squares are between them is 15 minutes time frame. So this is the back side of it. But if you look up here, you're at least 30 minutes. So this is say 30, 45. I'm just estimating about that'd be about an hour. It would be right here. So probably a couple of hours. It should be up on our southern border. Missy Me, good morning. Hey David, someone sent me a friend request with your name on it and no picture though. So Missy, that's not me. Uh, be sure and report them. I've been having some issues, but Facebook's protecting me pretty good. Uh, they've fixed it where not anybody can just get in there. But yeah, I appreciate you letting me know that. So go ahead and let them know. Report them to Facebook. Jane Doe says, good morning, everyone. We could absolutely use a night event this morning, afternoon, evening, week, and so on for quite some time. I could use it to get caught up on some rest. I just have not been able to catch up since last Friday. Wayne Wilson says, good morning, guys. I hope y'all have a blessed and safe day. And we hope you do too, Wayne. Check my feed over there. I can see right now. I'm going to have to put on some glasses. I am so bleary-eyed. I can't see it. Rhea Joy says, coffee, anybody? Coming to us over on the David Powell Weather and Wisdom Facebook page. Hey, Brittany Yates, she says, hey, David, just joining in. Have to go to work around 7 a.m. What's the timing for Greenville area? Mark, go ahead and give us a new idea about it.
Okay, well, we've got the potential for more storms to fire up in the 8 to 9 o'clock time frame as it moves through our area. And then depending on which model you look at, we could have another line of storms forming up and moving our way around 5 p.m. And right now, you know, it's just we're trying to wait and see which model is going to start panning out. But yeah, we definitely stand a chance for severe thunderstorms with gusty winds, hail, and unfortunately, we're under a area that could get strong tornadoes through the afternoon and early evening.
Okay. Hopefully that answered your question, Brittany. Let's see here. Cody Grimes, I'll take a pot of coffee or two. You know, after a while, I can't take it. I get too jittery. Mary Voorhees, oh no, live again. Hope it's not too bad. I need my Java. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Kevin Brashear, good morning, guys. Thanks for all you do, and we appreciate you too, Kevin. Brittany Yates, do you think they'll extend the tornado watch past 8 a.m.? I don't know.
I don't know that they will, but they may issue another one.
Yeah.
As stuff starts to develop.
And she says, thanks, guys. It's 72 degrees before that outflow boundary comes through. We'll see what it does after it goes through. Dew point 68. Here in Hopkinsville. Oh my goodness. Ruth Cornelius
the dew points drop a little bit in behind it.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, but only about 3 degrees.
Well, that's still a drop. Ruth Cornelius says she's on her second cup. All I want to know is, where's the sausage biscuit? Oh, I know where it is. I know where we can get good sausage biscuit.
Yeah.
Ma's Kitchen. $1.50 for, man, that is unheard of. A good size sausage and biscuit, homemade. That sounds good, don't it?
It does. It sounds really good.
I guess Cindy Shelton is probably in there cooking away. I don't think they've opened yet, but they will. Well, I'm up here. We didn't mention them in the last thing. I want to show. There is their address and everything. Ma's Kitchen, 3022 Fort Campbell Boulevard, Unit 9, Hopkinsville, Kentucky, 42240. And 270-632-1112 is the number. And they have $1.50 sausages and biscuits. And they are good. I've eaten my share of them. And this is one nice place to eat. It's over there in the shopping center where Kmart used to be. Same shopping center that Harbor Freight's in. There on the boulevard. So you guys run out there, get you some sausage and biscuits, and tell them Dave Powell sent you. And they will smile real big for you. And anyway, just thought you'd like to see that. One of my favorite sponsors. Well, they're all my favorites, but I really like that place. Wilted Roses says, good morning. Just now joining you. My apologies if you already covered it. I'm in Oak Grove, commute to Madisonville for work. How's it looking? I think right now, Wilted Rose, you're going to be fine. There's not a lot in the area right now. There's some stuff coming up out of the southwest right here. But if you're right here and just going up here, then there is really nothing much to hinder you. Let's see here. April really says she's got the second pot going. Oh, Rob Stahl said, don't forget the gravy. Ooh, wee, boy, they do have some good gravy. Oh,
yes, they do.
I done talked myself
Yes, they
hungry.
do.
I have got myself hungry. So just because of that, Rob, you have to bring us some food here. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Stacey Epley, do y'all see the risk being upgraded for Russell? It's a possibility. It won't be right away.
We're still watching all. Yeah, we're still watching all this develop. We'll have to see what it does through the morning hours. And again, we may see some storms and rain roll through in the morning hours, and then get another round in the late afternoon hours as it rolls through. And that may be our biggest severe threat.
Yep. And it's going to be a lot dependent on how much sunshine we get this morning. Whenever the sun comes on up and we look out, we just have to see. If these storms to our west and southwest end up coming on up in here, keeps us cloudy. I hate to hope against hope, but it's possible we could escape anything severe today. It's possible. Not saying it's likely, but possible.
Mm-hmm. It's possible. When you get a system like this, there's a lot of moving parts to it, and sometimes they don't all come together just right to give you the storms, and sometimes they all come together and give you the bad storms. We just have to sometimes wait until they're developing and coming together to see exactly where they're going to be.
Right. Paige D, good morning from Katie's. Hope y'all have a great and safe day. Thank you, Paige. We hope you do as well. And that's why we're here at this crazy hour of the morning. I know a bunch of you have been requesting, and I don't know, I'm going to show this one more time, have been requesting, as you said, is there a bus factor in any of this? Yes, it is. We just spoke about that. But a bunch of you have been asking about downloading our theme song. It's been so popular. People have been wanting to get an MP3 of it, and also the new birthday song we got. So I'm going to give that to you. There's the URL for it. You can go to that URL and you will find a downloadable MP3 that you can download to your heart's desire. Okay, looks like I need a... Dave, are you still with me, or are you getting ready for work? Or Eric Brake, or Anna George, and you guys on with me? Angie says, my bad, still waking up, getting my coffee now. Okay, so there's the URL where you can go to it. Just load that into your address bar on your internet browser, and that will give you that location of that song. There's my good friend Jacob S. Mudd says, good morning, David Mark. Thanks for keeping us updated. We were glad to do it, Jacob, and we sure did enjoy having you present with us yesterday. It was a real pleasure, and we now have a new friend, Mark. New friends, yes. I should say.
Yes, indeed.
April Lily, need to get you to come in and talk to some preschoolers about weather one day. That'd probably be a job for you, Mark, because you know how I talk.
Probably so.
I say, sit down and shut up. No, actually, I wouldn't do that. But, yeah, we do that, April. Just let us know. Becky says, good morning to all. Jacob Mudd says, yes, sir. Pleasure was ours. Boy, I tell you what, we ate like kings too, didn't we, Mark?
Yes, indeed we did. Yes, indeed we did. And we were happy to have them over and happy to start. Hopefully it'll be a productive relationship with them and their company.
Yeah, they're going to be a sponsor on our show. Not only on this one, we're going to put him on the 24/7 channel as well. We're going to make those guys so happy.
Yep.
Try to. Me. Well, again, we're waiting on something to give here. Watch the storms to the southwest, and then we've got a little bit of stuff developing just to the south or just to the west of Hopkinsville. Nothing much. I'll tell you what, let's do though. Let's go over here and see. You know, these right here have kind of weakened out some, haven't they? They're not nearly as.
They have.
They have.
I'm hoping that the second area of storms will just give us some thunder showers and some rain, and maybe de-energize us a little bit, and that second line, when it comes through later in the day, won't be so bad.
That's right.
You know, behind this outflow boundary, the temperatures do fall off about 4 degrees too.
Yeah, let's see if it's got through us yet.
It's still just to our west. At least it is right here, but
Yeah.
it's coming.
Yeah, let's see it. Yeah, let me see. I checked these temperatures: 72 degrees, 68 degree dew point. Now, make sure see what happens once this little outflow boundary comes through our area.
I was looking on the Mesonet. It's 71, almost 72 degrees here at Christian counties. And then it's about the same over in Trigg County, 71 degrees, 68 in Caldwell County. But then you go over to Marshall County at 65.
Obviously, there's some
65.
cooling there. Yeah.
Yeah, 65 in Ballard and 66 down in which county is that? Graves County. So there is a little bit of a cool down behind it. It's not a large one, but I mean, I'll take it. It's 3 to 5 degrees there.
We're going on 2 hours on live with you guys. This was begun because we had some severe storms in western Kentucky a little earlier. Paducah was under a severe storm for a while. And what was the other place? It was, anyway, just to the southwest of Paducah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, but once we come on, they stop being severe. I mean, they know when
they ran out of steam.
Yeah, when we get on there, they know they might as well just give up because we done got them pegged. Ginger Putman, thank you to the both of you for everything you do. This is always my go-to channel. Thank you, Ginger. We appreciate that. And Becky says, a heat wave, LOL. Kind of an unusual spring, hasn't it?
It has been quite an unusual spring. We've had rounds and rounds of severe storms and stuff come through, and it's been a bit cooler and definitely wetter than what we usually see.
Rob Stiles says the storms knew Dave and Mark was on the job. About half awake, but we're on the job.
All right. Right now, the SPC saying they have no current mesoscale discussions in effect. So that means they're not looking at issuing any new watches anytime real soon. They've got the tornado watch is just to our north, and they've got a severe thunderstorm watch down in Arkansas and Texas. But
let's see here. Daryl Bass says, good morning. Thanks for getting after it early. All you need to get going in the morning is a little coffee and a whole lot of Jesus. Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
April Lilly says, had one kid yesterday telling me about the storm on Friday night who said it was raining cats and dogs at his house. And one big fat dog hit his roof and made his lights and cartoons go off.
Oh, no.
That sounds like an interesting class. We're going to have to go talk to them, Mark.
I think so. Yeah. And it is, speaking of raining cats and dogs, I'm looking at the camera down there in Henry County, Paris, Tennessee, and it's definitely doing that there at the moment. That's that storm you were talking about that's heading our general direction.
Good doggies, it is raining. You know, I like the rain, actually.
Yeah, I do too. There's just something about a rainy day. It's just nice to sit on the porch and drink something, coffee or a nice cold drink, depending on how warm it is. And just, it's just nice to sit and watch the rain come down.
This is an unusual Shot, look at that storm.
Uh-huh. Where is that?
Let's see. Carroll County, Tennessee. Emergency Management Office. Well, that's a nice look at a storm like that.
It is.
There's the shape of what would be a supercell. It's like a shelf cloud forming.
Mm-hmm.
Kate Garrett says, "Good morning, David. I have to drive my daughter to Elizabethtown at 9 a.m. for an appointment. I see the radar looks funky there about 10 a.m. Would you tell me if you'd cancel the appointment or make it? I'll buy your lunch today." Ooh, Kate. I'd almost take you up on that. Let me see here. Yeah, it does look pretty funky. But she's going to Elizabethtown, which is right here. So these ought to be well out of the way.
Yeah, let me. Yeah, they show some storms rolling through there between 11 and 12. And then that second line comes in and starts hitting them later on in the day. But if you could ride through those storms, I don't know what time you're okay at 9 a.m. for an appointment.
I guess, are you leaving at 9 a.m. or you got to be there at 9 a.m.? And then when would you be on your way back? Connie Stevens Ferris says, raining day makes me want to be lazy. Boy, it does me too. Whew.
Mm-hmm. Good days for napping.
I used to do a lot of wilderness camping or something. I don't know what you'd call it. But anyway, I used to love it raining. And I'd lean back up against a tree and have just a rain slicker on. I mean, I had other stuff on besides that, but I had a rain slicker on over the top. And it was nice, though. Love feeling the rain on my face. Just enjoyed it. Mike Bynum. Good morning, David and Mark. God bless you both. Hello, Thunder Buddies. So let's see what you look like, Mike. I know where you are, so I think yeah, there you are. Right here. You're getting some rain right now, Michael.
Yeah. He's a little bit north of that warm front.
Yes, he is. Let's see if I can find a close radar for him.
The Evansville radar should be right up there close.
Yeah. Here's one. Yeah, this is actually moving on off to the east. You'll probably be out of the rain here shortly there. Okay, Kate says, I'll be driving home about 10 a.m. I have to be there at 9. Okay, so what is it, about an hour and a half, 2 hours?
Yeah. You may be running into storms coming back. But right now, we're looking, it's kind of up in the air as to whether they'll be severe or not. They might come in later in the day as severe. The ones that are rolling through this morning may just be thunderstorms.
Yeah, my
so
opinion.
You might have some.
My opinion, Kate, is that they probably would not be severe this morning because we already got some showers in the area that helps to ease those up a little bit. But certainly the later in the day you go, the more the severe chances go up. Dennis Williamson says, good morning. Brandy Cottrell says, hello, what is Hopkins County looking like this afternoon? Taking my emotional support animal to work with me this morning. Let's see, Hopkins County, Mark.
Yeah, Hopkins County. Yeah, they're. We'll see some storms through the morning hours. It's questionable whether they'll be severe, but we'll see another line develop in the afternoon hours that's going to be pushing our way that is probably going to be our biggest severe weather producer of the day.
Yeah. Mike Bynum, yeah, I'm getting rain, thunder, and lightning. Well, early I was. Thank you for being who and how you are. Awesome. Thank you, Mike. You're one of
Thank
our best
you.
friends on here. We enjoy talking to you. He's been with us for a while too. Don Lord says, "Good morning, David and Mark. Is this a coffee needed morning? How's it looking today so far?" Well, Mark, do we want Donna's presence to come and assist us?
Well, that is entirely up to her. That is entirely up to her.
We would probably enjoy the support.
Mm-hmm.
Kate Garrett says, "I appreciate y'all so much." Well, you're certainly welcome, Kate. I hope you have a good drive. I think you'll be pretty well. I wouldn't cancel my plans. I'd go on and do it, but you may have some storms to have to go through, but it's not going to be that much.
Tammy Kite, you may have a wet drive this morning. Depending, you could see some storms in the area. Probably not severe, but for the afternoon, taking them back home, you're going to have to wait and see what the exact timing is, because anytime afternoon to 3 p.m., we could see more storms developing to the west and moving in here, and that might be our bigger severe threat.
Brandy Cottrell, do we know a possible timeline? People at work were asking yesterday. Thank you for everything. Well, Brandy, it has changed some since yesterday. Weather is always changing, so it's hard to say from one day to the next the exact timeline on things, but it does. Mark, you might tell her a timeline today. Where are you located, Brandy?
She just asked earlier about Hopkins County.
Oh, okay. So
I'd say in this area, the afternoon storms will be after 3 p.m., probably closer to the 5 p.m. time frame.
Rain, are the storms strengthening or weakening as they move in towards Kentucky and Tennessee? Yeah, let me go back here. I haven't looked back to the south lately. This one's certainly strengthening. It's around Paris. Wow. It's increased quite a bit in the last little bit.
But the other storms seem to be just kind of
sitting there.
Yeah, sitting there. They're not really getting any stronger, but they're not going away either.
Yeah, there's a lot of rain coming down at the Paris camera, which would be right in here. Yeah, that does seem to be the strongest of all of them so far. That's one's going to be coming up to Hopkinsville here soon, which I'm kind of glad. I think it will help our situation here. Ruth Cornelius, while I am listening to y'all, I got a lot of straightening done. Stopping now as I have to leave soon. I'm sorry, Ruth. Tammy Kite. Okay, thank you. So these storms have still got to come up here over us, but I'll be honest with you. This right here is going to help scrub the atmosphere. I can tell you right now what it's going to do. It'll get in here and it'll be thunder and lightning. And anyway.
Yeah. That outflow boundary is getting a little bit more diffuse on the radar, getting harder to see.
Yeah. Let's see where it is. Let's see if I can pick it up. Well, yeah, it's just now entering the Hopkinsville city limits. So yeah, it is. Randy Cottrell, thank you. That's the time I'll be heading home, so we all may stay and let them pass before we leave work this afternoon. We'll probably be on when that next line of storm forms. That we may go off for a little bit this morning after this initial stuff gets past us, but I would say we won't be off too long.
Probably not. I'm sure that whatever time we go off, we'll probably be back on by noon or shortly after.
Yeah, I would think so. Michelle Fleming says, "Good morning. Here we are again." And yes, we are, Michelle. Don't you love being with us this time of day? Ruth says, "Thank you. See you guys later, maybe. Be safe and lots of hugs." We will take them, Ruth. I appreciate it. Hey, Cindy Shelton. She says, "Good morning. I know where she's at now. She is making those sausages and biscuits. Come on, everybody. Wake up. Go out there and stop on your way to work and get you some sausage and biscuit there from Ma's Kitchen. They're in the shopping center next to Harbor Freight. Our good friend Cindy Shelton there is down there, and I know she's working on them. I bet she's done got a batch coming out of the oven right now."
Probably so. And I bet they're good and hot. And oh my goodness.
You're making my mouth water. Angie says, "I remember when I was driving daily but from Bowling Green back to Lewisburg, and it would be stormy. My dad and I came up with a plan of predetermined spots along the way where I could stop and ride out the storms." That's a very good idea, Angie. Selena Biggs, this first one, when will it hit Hopkinsville? About an hour coming into the southwestern border of Christian County.
Mm-hmm.
And then Heather Gibbs says, "When is the big storms coming in Hopkinsville?" That would be later on this afternoon.
Yeah, probably closer to the 5 o'clock or a little bit after time frame.
You think it'd be that late?
It may be. I mean, they keep bouncing around the timing of that second line, and it's hard to get a good handle on it because it hasn't really formed up yet.
Right. Okay, it's 5:38. If you haven't gotten up, you're about to be late. Kick that alarm clock. We need to come up with a morning wake-up song for everybody for just such situations as this.
Yes.
Virginia White says, "Thanks." You're welcome, Virginia.
What's that song from The Lion King? It's The Morning Report.
Yeah. Angie says, "Haha, I was just thinking, hey, David and Mark, a wake-up song for these early mornings." Great minds think alike, Angie. We'll see what Sia Core can come up with. Bria Joy says, "I've hit it twice. A song would get us going." I ought to play the happy birthday song just to get them all up and going. What do you think? Should I do that?
You could. You could.
Anybody got a birthday out there today or yesterday or tomorrow? I'm waiting to see. Somebody chime in, and I'm going to play this song for you. I'm going to play it for you anyway. You might as well just say, yeah, it's my birthday. EB83 has the percentage chances on tornadoes this afternoon. Yeah, that's, well, what do you think to that?
Well, SPC has us under a 10% risk, which is an enhanced risk. And it's also a hatched area, which means there's at least a 10% chance that any tornadoes that form will be EF2 or greater.
They don't seem to be taking into consideration, though, cloud cover and the storms that's coming through this morning. I don't know.
Yeah.
Are we the only ones that ever see that?
I don't know. Yeah, I've been trying to watch the dynamics and stuff on it, and they keep waffling around every which way.
All right, so I don't see anybody saying they got a birthday. But you know what? I'm going to play it anyway, just to get everybody up. Everybody get up. Because we're going to celebrate somebody's birthday. So here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Is everybody out there ready? Here we go.
I know you might not want to face the day, but David and Mark has something to say. Rain or shine, we'll start this party right. Today is your day, but we'll party all night. Happy birthday to you, my friend. I hope it is a good one from the moment it begins. It's gonna last all year long, and when it starts to end, you're gonna have another one, and then it starts all over again. Some days are more humid and winter gets cold, but that doesn't mean that you're getting old. It has the very same effect on nearly everyone, so throw that walker in the trash and let's have some fun. A very happy birthday to you, my friend. I hope it is a good one from the moment it begins. If the storm is bad, we'll party in the halls. If it's sunny out, we'll party at Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls. Slowly I turn. Okay, I gotta go back to work. Got this weather thing that I gotta get back to and stuff. Happy birthday, Thunder Buddy!
There we go. Well, that was something to pick everybody up a little bit. Terry Rostoffer says, not my birthday, but I'm dancing, and Ben Johnson is laughing. Daryl Bass, what's the timing for this seal reaching Hopkinsville this morning? I may delay going to work. I would say it's about half hour from reaching the southwestern border. Angie says, at Terry Rustoffer, ha ha, me too, while I make another cup of coffee, but I have no dance rhythm. Broken Tiger 78, so how will you guys receive watches and warnings? NWS chat or just like us with TV and commercial radio? Well, we don't use commercial radio. We use the National Weather Service weather radio, or we have a direct link to the National Weather Service in here where we talk to them on one end, they talk to us back on the other end just almost immediately. So we're in constant contact with them. Bray Joy, okay, woohoo, very upbeat. Thank you, Bray. I'm glad you like it. Jane Doe, woke my kids up with my dancing. Harley says, I was just dozing off. I'm awake now. I'm sorry, Harley. I didn't mean to wake you up. Some of you need your sleep, but some of you need to get up, I guess, because, it's time to start another day. You are muted, Mark.
For the song.
Oh. You didn't like the song?
No, I didn't want you to hear me singing along.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't want to wake up all the dogs in the neighborhood.
Yeah. The tornado watch for Hopkins County, Muhlenberg County, Davies County, McLean County, Webster County, Henderson County, and also Pike County, Indiana, and Spencer County, Indiana, and Warwick County, Indiana, has been canceled.
All righty then. So have they canceled it all, or they still got one or two counties left?
They still have one or two counties.
Yeah. So anyway, Harley's laughing at us. She done got the giggles from being awakened by the happy birthday song. I'm glad you guys like that. I think we will. We're going to come up with an early morning wake up song just so we can aggravate everybody when it's time to get up out of bed.
Yeah. Ohio County is still in it, and Hancock, and up that direction.
Okay.
Which Ohio County, of course, is Beaver Dam.
Good
There's
friend
like three
Eric
counties
Smith
still
is
left
up
in
that
it.
way.
There's like 3 counties left in it, and it's those 3, Ohio and just up the north of it.
Right here is what we're watching right now. We're located right here, so this is taking dead aim on us. It's a little strong, but it's not overly so, and certainly not severe yet. See if I can get any particulars on it. That's speeding up a little bit, moving northeast at 47 miles an hour. Got some hail possibilities in it, but it'd only be like BB size, so it's not big there either. As you can see, the
A little
storm
bit of
track.
rotation in it, but not a lot.
Do what you say?
A little bit of rotation in it, but not a lot.
Rob Stahl says, I like how you all incorporated Niagara Falls. Well, you know why we did that, Rob? It's a takeoff from a Three Stooges skit that they did about that. And what was the name of that particular segment? It was
Gents Without Sense.
yeah, Gents Without Sense. So you can Google it on YouTube and just put Three Stooges Niagara Falls, and you can see the whole segment. It's really funny, and that's where we got all that.
Yeah, and the sense in that title is with a C, as in pennies.
And we started that because we found the camera with Niagara Falls, which we showed on here a little earlier, and it's just gone from there. Some people remembered that, some people didn't. Some people have never even heard of the Three Stooges, which I'm kind of surprised. I thought everybody, they're a classic.
Well, they are, but not to the newer generation. A lot of them have probably never seen them. Their kind of humor is kind of gone out of style with a lot of people.
That storm has now showing some lightning. It is strengthening somewhat. It looks like it's wanting to bow out a tad.
Mm-hmm. We'll keep an eye on that one.
That one could be.
Yeah. If it wasn't for that, I would suggest. I was going to suggest we close it down and pick it back up when everything starts to happen again. But I would think we need to watch this one.
Yeah, we'll hang on and see what this one does. And let's see, me, should we send our kids to school this morning? Well, I don't think it'd be a problem with that, Missy, but it's not my call. I mean, you're the only one who can answer that question. But I think all things considered, I wouldn't worry too much about it. This does not look like, let me tell you, I just don't see this looking like a repeat of last Friday. I don't see that at all. Do you, Mark?
No. I don't think it's going to be nearly that strong and intense. When I haven't seen any signs yet of another storm kicking up like the one that caused all the tornado damage that ran all the way from over in Carter County, Missouri, all the way over to the Kentucky-Virginia border. You know, it wasn't producing tornadoes all the way, but it kept dropping them down. And that whole path length for the parent storm was 420 miles. But again, it just dropped a tornado and then went back up, dropped a tornado and went back up. And unfortunately, that's the one that hit London and Somerset. But it doesn't look like nearly as strong a setup today.
No. Uh-oh. Harley Blankenship says, I haven't ever saw the Three Stooges. Oh, my goodness, that girl is so uneducated. What are we going to do with her?
Well, like I say, they've kind of passed into history, and a
Yeah,
lot of
but
people
you can
don't
still, you
realize
can
it.
still see them on YouTube. Harley, just look up YouTube and enter the search for Three Stooges Niagara Falls, and you'll get a little bit of an idea about it.
Yeah. Their humor is witty and sharp, but it's also very slapstick,
Yeah, that's
which
what.
means that, they hit each other and everything else. They don't actually. I mean, they don't hurt each other or anything. It's just they stage hit and stage smack. Everything they do is stage. They don't actually hurt each other.
And then once you see that, look up Curly Shuffle, the song.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty funny
And
too.
look up some of the other old comedy routines, Abbott and Costello.
Now, wait a minute. Just let her learn the Three Stooges first. Don't get her off on that crazy stuff. Let's see. Angie says Logan County schools have advised that they will be closely monitoring the weather today around dismissal time. Okay.
Yep, that's reasonable.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Broken Tiger 78, awful dark outside of Kroger right now. Well, that's because the sun hadn't come up good. No,
Well,
I'm
that's
just
also
joking with
that outflow boundary rolling
Yeah.
through.
Yeah. Harley says she will look up the Three Stooges. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Let us know what you think. Isha Wakishwan. Okay, hold on. Let me do that again. Isha Ishalkeshon. Ishalkeshan. Okay. 30 and up, def know about the Three Stooges. That is correct. But they were actually before my time, too. Jane Doe says Buster Keaton.
Buster Keaton's a good one.
W.C.
The Marx
Fields,
Brothers.
Well, W.C. Fields was a good one because he always, the only part of it I know from W.C. Fields is where he's in this cabin, he opens the door and the snow's flying in. He says, not a fitting night out for man or beast.
Yep.
I don't know what the purpose of that was. BC Me says she loves the Three Stooges. We were going to actually play a segment of that, but because they were in public domain, but then I think their families, the families of the Three Stooges, actually owned the copyright on it, so they wouldn't allow it. But that's okay. But you still can see it on YouTube. Like I say, do the search, and there's all kinds of neat stuff on there. Sean and Starla Cooper, what time frame is the Crofton area looking at? Well, if this storm holds together right here, here's Crofton. It may actually pass slightly to the south of Crofton. We'll see. But this bow right here is looking a little suspect, Mark. That means that there's some wind.
Yeah, I agree. There could be some wind in that. We have to watch that. They could put a severe thunderstorm warning on that.
This is called a bow echo, is what it's called. Let's see here. Jerry Haynes, it's getting dark in Hawkinsville. Is it going to be severe? Look back and see what everybody's seeing here. Let me find a camera here.
Yeah, right now, well, the winds are, I'm still up pretty high altitude with that, but right now it's not looking too severe.
Yeah.
Now, the one farther down to the south, which is a little bit higher, has got a lot stronger winds in it, the one that's down by Camden.
Oh, okay. So it's still part of the same complex, though.
Yeah, part of the same complex. So
it
bears watching.
These are all developing storm tracks. This means they've detected lightning in them. And you can see several lightning strikes around this part of the storm. And it's taking straight aim on Lafayette. It ought to be in there about the next 15, 20 minutes, maybe. Let's see here. Angie, fave memory of my dad was his laugh. I could count on hearing it and knew he was watching Three Stooges before preparing for church. I understand. Brandy, none of your business. Woman, she's up awful early. She says, good morning, guy. I just woke up and walked outside. Looks dark and beautiful, but beautiful to her. So, yeah, well, it's still kind of, what is everybody seeing? I better find another camera here to look at. Let me see. Try this one. I have anything. I don't guess I do. I guess I don't really have nothing close to look at.
I know you
Oh,
might
good grief! I
not
didn't
want
do that. There we go. For some reason, after I come off that and then go back to Mark and Radar, it wants to play that song, even though I didn't hit the button. So, anyway, April Lily says it's awful dark over Western Hills, and Brandy Onion Brent says you got to look towards my way. I hope you had a good birthday yesterday, Brandy. And Elizabeth Sanders, I'm going to be on the Parkway around 8 a.m. So, still got a couple of hours. Yeah, we'll have to see if this storm is going to be in this area about that time, which it should be. I think the leading edge, let's see, 15, 30. Within 30 minutes, it'll be up into the Lafayette area right now. It's just to the southwest of Hopkinsville. Randy says, thank you, David. It was great. This back here has certainly weakened somewhat. Let me go back to it and see.
I just took a peek out the door there. There's lots of low cloud moving through, but it just is low clouds. There's nothing unusual with them at the moment.
This storm right here is continuing to look deeper and darker. I believe it's getting ready to go severe. About to come up over Dover. Elizabeth Sanders says, thanks for all you do, David and team, and we are glad to do it for you guys. A lot of you are now up and getting dressed, having breakfast.
Yeah.
I want to remind you, you got to go to Ma's Kitchen over there next to Harbor Freight on the boulevard. They've got $1.50 sausage and biscuits, and it is homemade.
You can see the edge of that on the Stewart County EMA camera.
Okay.
But
okay. Yes.
You can't make out much about it.
Let's see what
but
else.
There's good heavy rain under it.
They're not in an area where I can pick up on any of these cameras just yet. Let's see if I can pick up. What in the world?
And that's the guys getting here for work.
Oh. Yeah, this is our last week here, so I know they're anxious to be done with the project they've been working on. This is on the backside of that storm where they've had some rain. Humidity is 84.6%. You can tell it by looking at the camera. Pretty high.
Yeah. Muggy.
It sure is wanting to rock and roll here. Just not doing it yet. I'll be coming across Dover here in just a little bit. Here's Hopkinsville. Here's the storm, and this is moving in this general direction. So if it continues, it should come up over us. Debbie Achenbach Soxy says, good morning, Dave and Mark, and good morning to you, Debbie. Vanna Manson says, good morning, fix to start my bus route, praying for everyone that has to be out in it. Just drive careful out there, Vanna. I think you've got some time. You'll be okay, hopefully. That storm's definitely gotten stronger as it comes up here. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
it does. It's trying to get a little bit of rotation going in it.
Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of the twisting in it.
Yeah, right there where that little notch is
Yep. You're talking about right here on the back side or on the front side?
on the front side, right in there. Yeah, yeah, just a little north of that. See where the little curve in is
Right here?
at the top of at the top of the little bow out.
Okay.
Right in there is looking like it's trying to, but it's not doing a lot yet. It's only like 24 miles an hour in each direction.
Ria Joy says, at work now. And thank y'all for a good morning. And thank y'all for all you do. Have a good day. We'll check in later. Looking forward to it, Bray. She's coming to us from our Facebook Weather and Wisdom page. We're simulcasting. Let's see. Vanna Manson says, oh, I'm just a little scared because I'm in an electric bus. Oh, wow. Cody Grimes says, don't worry, I'm still here. Denise Darnell says, time for more coffee. Bethany Simmons just hopped on. Will it be in the Hopkinsville area within the next 30 minutes for sure.
Yeah, the rotation's staying kind of broad, so
Yeah.
probably just the fact that it's producing some hail.
Chris Yates says, well, today isn't a good day to get chickens picked up, is it? Chris, are you over in Todd County where they hit the chicken farm got hit? Is that what you're talking about? Ali says, to my surprise, you're already on. We'll be watching from my office in Glasgow. Stay safe, all. I'm not sure how long we're going to stay on. We're watching this storm right here just to the southwest of Hopkinsville. It's showing signs of wanting to go severe. We're just going to watch it a little bit, see what happens, probably till it gets into Hopkinsville and see. And then later on this afternoon, when the storms begin firing up big time, we will be back on. We have been on now about 2.5 hours live.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell I haven't had much sleep. Whew. Tara O'Hare. Hi, y'all. Hi, Tara.
Hey, Tara, how are things over in New Jersey?
Is that where she's at, New Jersey?
That's usually who she asks about. So I think she's over that way. If she's not, she's asking about New Jersey usually.
New Jersey.
Joyzy.
Yeah. Well, I don't have another song to play. Pick everybody up.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chris J says, no, LOL, I have a farm over around Weir. Tyson is picking up today, but the tornado that was in Allegheny went right over my head before it hit Elton. Wow.
Oof.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. And I hope you have a prosperous day. Stephanie, Boston, Kentucky girl says, good morning, guys. I'm so thankful you're here. Thanks for all you do. And we're glad to be on with you. There's a good friend, Neil Mason, on with us, Mark. I really enjoyed seeing him. And he's one of the few that has been able to view our 24/7 channel of the entire area. He got to view it. So if he knew what we'd made changes to, he would just be going ape over it. I can't wait. Tara O'Hare says, hi, Mason. You reckon Tara O'Hare's parents were fans of Gone with the Wind?
No, probably never heard of it.
Yeah, Neil Mason says it's looking really good. Yeah, you ought to see it now. See, of course, says it's now, that was the 1.0, and it's now at 2.1, I think is what he said last time I talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
Version. He has made some vast improvements in it, so it's really getting better. We'll continue to be testing probably a few more weeks yet before we're ready to unveil it to the public. That storm just does not appear to be weakening any.
No, it doesn't.
It's pretty much holding its strength. Hail has increased. Probabilities up to 80% with 3/4 inch hail now expected.
Yeah. There's actually two cells there. There's a north one and a south one. The south one's around Big Sandy.
You know what? You need to turn that air in there up before I have icicles hanging off my nose up here.
I haven't touched it this morning.
No, I know. We can't seem to regulate the temperatures in here.
Yeah. It was on 69 and showing 69 in here. I'm turn it up to maybe 71 for you.
Yeah, that'd be good. Sean and Starla Cooper, it's looking really dark now in the Crofton Lacey area.
Yeah, this is a part of that outflow boundary. It's just made it kind of cloudy across us for right now. If you look on the Skyline Drive camera, you can see the edge of the cloud line as it rolls across. But we'll have to wait and see if that storm gets up this way. You know, there's some stuff a little bit out ahead of it.
I can see the edge of the clouds up there just above the horizon. Let's see here. April Lily, winds are definitely picking up. And Mary Vovers is just popping in. Still haven't had my coffee, but it feels like 40 degrees. Good grief. Hope y'all have a good, calm day. Boy, I do too. Tara O'Hare says, hi, Mary. And Danny T says, hey, Dave, Mark, how we looking? Mary Vovers says, hi, Tara. I like your name. Okay, let's see here. Crystal Note, hey, what does Nashville, Tennessee? Looks like I'm headed down to the Children's Hospital today around 11 and will not be coming back till 4. Yeah, Mark, what do you think?
I'd say she'd probably be okay. Just from what I'm seeing now, it may be a wet ride. There may be some good showers and thunder showers going on. But the severe, she's kind of going to be well wedged in between the severe potentials.
Springville and Kentucky Lake area getting hammered now. Down here on the south end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Vover says, hi, Tara. I like your name. And Tara says, me too.
Yeah.
Okay, that storm is getting ever closer now. Should start seeing the outer edges around Lafayette just about any time.
Yep.
Lightning still increasing there.
Definitely a strong storm. So far, there's no warnings on it or anything. And it's like it wants to get right to the edge of doing something like that and then maybe weaken out. But I don't like that notch in it.
No, that notch is not a good thing. Talking about right there just south of Dover.
Mm-hmm.
So tell everybody what that notch might be.
Okay, well, as the wind flows into the storm, sometimes when there's a little notch like that, it's called an inflow notch, and that's where you can get a spin up of a small tornadoes from time to time.
We like to call them front enders because they happen up on a different side of the storm than where the normal tornadoes occur.
Yep.
Chastity, 71 MVP. Do you have an estimated time for it to be in Hopkinsville yet? Yeah, it's about to enter the county. It will be in Hopkinsville. Gosh, it's moving about 40 miles an hour. So, I'd say about the next half hour, it'll be in Hopkinsville, or you'll be able to see it very good.
Mm-hmm.
Chastity 71 MVP says, "Good morning, by the way. Good morning to you, Chastity." Danny T, are we worried about this supercell, or should I come back in an hour or so in the Allegheny area? Well, if we were concerned we wouldn't be on it. It does look okay. It's got a 1-inch hail marker on it now, so this storm is intensifying. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, hail probability is now 80%. Severe hail is up to 40%. Hail size is 1 inch. It's got a Meso 3 on it right now, and the VIL is 42, which is pretty up there. Christine B says, notches make NATOs. Lois Wells, hey guys, I'm out of town. What's Clifty looking like? Well, right now, Clifty's looking pretty good. It's right here. And if this storm holds together, it will be affected by this storm, but we don't know exactly what this storm's going to do as it gets up here. But it is intensifying. Look at that lightning around the core here. Here's a little inflow notch that is concerning to us, and yeah, it looks pretty heavy. Yeah. Beth Welburn says, well, fellas, I'm headed to Clark's to go to work. Have a good day, and hoping it don't get real bad regardless. I'm clocking out early. That's not a bad idea if you can do that.
Yeah.
Sean and Starla Cooper says, should we be worried about our kids at school in Hopkinsville? I wouldn't know. I don't think so. Those schools are built well, and they'll take a pretty good storm.
Yeah. And they also watch the weather. So if it looks like it's going to be dangerous, they'll hold the kids at school rather than put them on the buses or anything.
Right. Some of them watching us. Heather M. Rushinghurst says seniors had their final walk this morning at 8:30. Do you think it'll be raining then? Talking about in the Hopkinsville area, there's a possibility. I don't know.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I think there would be a possibility. Chastity 71 MVP, thank you so much. You're most welcome, Chastity. And Clorinda Mitchell, has a tornado threat went down any for this afternoon in Hopkins County? I'll be honest with you. I think the tornado threat is a little lower overall because of that convection we had in earlier.
I would think so. We'll have to wait and see what develops because the line that may bring us that is not even formed up yet. It's still several hours from forming up.
That cluster of lightning down there in that storm just to the southwest of Dover, about to overtake Dover. It's a little, it's been right there in that spot the whole time. It hasn't really changed positions in the storm. Can't get a good.
It's a strong storm, and there is a little bit of a notch in there, but it's not enough to cause any kind of concern too much. I mean, it's 21 miles an hour on one side and about 17 on the other. So, that's not a lot of rotational energy.
Right.
It's some, but it's not a lot.
Randy Wagon is waving from Rockcastle. I wish I had a camera over there just to mess with you. I kind of wish this storm would come on. I'm getting kind of tired of waiting on it.
I know what you mean.
Randy Wagon says them cicadas never came, and they didn't in our area. I don't know. Have they had time to come out yet?
I don't know. I think the biggest hatch was supposed to be just to our east. So maybe we lucked out and missed it for the most part for this round.
Yeah, Lois Wells says, I'm on Blue Hole Road and our friends lost the chicken barns. Is this thing headed right to us again? Yeah, but it's not going to be a destructive storm. It doesn't appear. It could be severe, but it's definitely pulsing up and down.
But that's the only storm in the whole territory that's anything looking like anything strong at the moment. So, and again, we have to watch out for those storms that kind of get out by themselves like that.
There's Barb, says, good morning, guys. Barb Riggenberg. And Cody Grimes says, is the southern part of the storm forming a hook? Not really. Let's see here.
And see, Heidi Herbster is on here watching. She's the lovely wife of one of the pastors at my church.
Danny T, I asked this yesterday, but it really helped hearing that you guys weren't as worried about this round as Friday. Are we looking for anything like that today? Well, I'm not as worried about it as it was Friday.
Yeah. But again, all weather is local, and especially when you're talking about tornadoes, we could say, well, overall, it's not as big a threat as it was Friday, but all it takes is one storm.
That's true. Randy Wagon says it's raining hard here at 70 degrees. That would be over at Rockcastle, which would be, come on here, Dave. Right there. She just got a little shower over. I guess it could rain pretty hard, though, underneath that. Randy, let's see. Cody Grimes says, still learning to read radar. Oh, Neil Mason says, you got any timing on this afternoon and evening storms? Mark, we're still watching that.
We're still watching it. Again, it's hard to get a good timing on it. We're just going by the models. And the models say that probably sometime around the 5 o'clock time or something like that is when we really need to start watching it close. But National Weather Service and Paducah has said that between 1 and 3 p.m., they expect them to start forming up over in Missouri.
Jonas says, loudest thunder I've heard in a while here in Dover, and just one after another. That's where that storm is. Yeah, I can see the lightning
Absolutely.
strikes there. Yeah, that's pretty hefty storm right there. Jacob Grigsby says, what about Bridgeport, Illinois? Looking it up.
Yeah.
Christina Merritt, we had cicadas Sunday evening in Auburn. Okay, well, that's good to know.
Yeah, that city's along US 50. If you go straight east from St. Louis, heading in the general direction of Louisville, near Vincennes, Illinois, is the location of that. And I would say that they're under a slight risk today, but I don't think they're under nearly. No, they're about a 5% tornado risk, 15% high wind, and about 15% for the hail. Again, it's probably not up there that it's going to be super bad, but depending on the time of day, it might be getting between it here and there.
And Tasha Pointer says, what about Logan County? Pretty much what we've already been saying. It's coming, but it may not be till later on today. Tina West 70, good morning. Thank you guys for being you and keeping us informed and updated. You have helped so many. Sending love and light to you both. Well, thank you very much, Tina. And Brandy Wagon
Very
says,
much appreciate it.
Yeah, Brandy Wagon says you can keep them cicadas in Auburn.
Storm is over Dover right now and heading in the general direction of Big Rock and Lafayette.
Over Dover. It is. It's right in the middle of it.
Roger, over.
Don't call me Shirley.
Over, Unger.
Shauna Sherman says, hope you guys have your coffee. It's so early. Yeah, but you know what would be really good? And I keep harping on it. I keep thinking about them sausage and biscuits in Ma's Kitchen. I can't stop talking about it. It's so good. And $1.50 a piece. You guys got to go by there and get you some sausage and biscuits. Lynn Harford says, I hate cicadas. They've been falling in my head as I go out the front door for 2 weeks here in Logan County. Wow, they must have had an infestation. We didn't have much in the way of cicadas here.
No, not out of this batch. Now, last year's we did.
Danny T says, no real cicadas here in Todd County, just lots of wood bees.
Wood bees.
Maybe them would bees. Randy Wagon says, calm before the storm. Brittany Overton says, good morning.
Yeah, right now that storm over Dover is, according to its track, heading in the general direction of Oak Grove.
Well, you see where the origination point is. That part might be, but still, it's going to come up over Hopkinsville some.
I think so. It's been moving that general direction.
Overton says, good morning. Randy Wagon, Danny, the wood-bees are bad. They are attacking our log home.
My wife and I went to and stayed at a cabin in Gatlinburg one time, one of the chalets up there. And they're beautiful little places, but boy, the wood bees had started working on that, on the one we were staying in. There's holes everywhere in the wood.
Joiner's Corner says, raining so hard, barely see across the street and no wind in Dover. Well, thanks for that report.
Yeah. Lets us know there's not a lot of wind with that or anything. It's just a really heavy rainmaker now. Starting to lose some of the hail characteristics too, I think.
Yep. See, maybe a slight weakening on it right now, but it could be pulsing too. So we don't want
it could. We'll continue to watch it.
Jerry Haynes says it's raining on the way to Katie's.
I noticed there was a couple little area of showers that pulsed way out ahead of that. So it may be throwing a little bit of an outflow boundary up that way.
Let's see here. Trevaluna Grace says, kind of eerie feeling. The leaves on the trees aren't moving here in Katie's where I am. And Danny T says they love eating any scraps we have laying around, but they're great pollinators. I didn't know that. Jason Henderson says, morning, fellas. What's the weather looking like for Nashville this evening around 7? Mark, that'd be a good question for you.
Around 7, that's when we're probably going to be looking at where that line of severe storms is going to be rolling through. So that could be probably just to the west of Nashville by around 7. So they could have some strong storms moving in there.
And Adam Boyd also says, what's the threat for Hopkinsville this afternoon? Just joining. Well, I think it's going to be, once this initial storm here to our south gets past us, I think it'll be probably a lull in things. And then I think by this afternoon, later, probably late afternoon, we may see some stuff redevelop, and that could be severe. We just don't know yet. Depends on whether or not we get any sunshine. I say if we don't get sunshine, we'll be in pretty good shape, but we'll see. And September rain. Good morning, David. Mark, do you think it's safe to send babies to school today? I don't see why not. It's not really, that's not our call, but I don't see why you couldn't. I want to remind everybody, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. It does help this channel. And the way that works is it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. YouTube may ask you for your email address. That's just to make sure you're a real person, and I'm not inflating the figures any. And the reason for that is because they pay us according to how many subscribers we have. because they sell ads on our channel, and they give a percentage of that to us. So that's pretty well why. It's just taking this storm a long time to get into Kentucky, isn't it?
It is. It seemed like it slowed down just a little bit. It's moving about 35, 40 miles an hour. So.
Yeah. September Rain says, thank you. Love you guys. We appreciate that, September Rain. Jason Henderson, I know it's hard to tell, but do you think these storms will be as intense as Friday's storms? I personally do not think it will. In fact, if we can keep this good cloud cover in and not let the sun come out, we may escape the whole day without severe weather. It's possible.
Yeah, it is possible. We will wait and see.
Yeah, that's all we can do. See what I got, what goodies I got left up here. A bunch of lifesavers. I love our support staff. They sure do take good care of us.
They do. They go above and beyond for us, and we really appreciate it.
Jason Henderson says, I sure appreciate you all. Y'all have a special place in heaven when your time comes. You are sure help a lot of people. Thank you. Boy, I hope that's true. Missy me, I live in Oak Grove, and the dark clouds look like they're rolling over us. I wish I had a camera down in Oak Grove.
Yeah. I'm looking at the lakeside camera. They're starting to get a little bit of rain.
Have you ever noticed how things are harder to open now anymore here lately?
Yeah, I haven't decided if they're making the packages tougher or my fingers weaker.
I think they're making the packages tougher. September Rain says, I wish I could bring you both some sausage and biscuits. Woohoo! Well, we sure hope you eat them.
Yep.
That's okay. Thank you for thinking of us, though.
Absolutely.
It looks like the heavy rain has reached Lafayette.
Slowly it comes.
Slowly I turn.
Yeah, that's how this storm's getting here. Step by step, inch by inch.
6:36. If you haven't gotten up, you're getting late.
Depends on when you have to be to work or when the kids have to be to school. My lovely wife is probably up and about and getting ready to go head over, if she hasn't already headed over to my daughter's house to pick the grandkids up and take them to school. And she's got an appointment with my grandson in Madisonville today. So hopefully all this gets through and they can make it up to Madisonville and back in between everything.
Right.
And I have an appointment at 10 o'clock. So I have to keep track of what time it is for that.
UW for Kuru says, hi, can you possibly give me a rundown on how bad Clarkston, Tennessee is going to get hit? I'm kind of deathly afraid of storms. Did my Mr. Astrophobia. I don't believe Clarkston's going to be too bad because, first of all, the storm coming in right now that's off to your west is not really severe. It's a little on the strong side, but certainly not terrible.
No. And then the line coming through later, we'll have to wait and see exactly how strong that is. The models show it to be pretty strong coming in, but again, the models don't always take everything into account the best way.
September rain says, how long are you guys going to be on this morning? Well, basically, we're waiting to see this storm down here to the south of us and see what it does. It does not look like it's going to go severe, but we're still watching.
Mm-hmm. It's ever so slowly kind of edging over toward the camera there in Stewart County, but I don't know if it's going to overtake it or not. At Indian Mound, Tennessee is where that camera is.
Ooh, look at the lightning.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a pretty good storm. It's going to dump some heavy rain and maybe even some small hail. And the winds will probably be fairly gusty in it. But so far, it's not looking like it's going to hold together and be severe. Seems to be kind of weakening.
Of hustling, how bad the storms get, we don't really know. I don't think it's going to be all that horrible, but we'll see. Jamie Tucker, is this one going to hit the south of Hopkinsville? I just got on. Sorry if you already answered this question. Yeah, I would say it's going to get up into South Hopkinsville, but I'll be honest with you. It looks like it's weakening the furthermore it comes up. So we'll see. Queen of hustling, I don't think anybody can take any more of this crazy severe weather right now. Yeah, it's a strain on us. September rain, so will you guys stay safe throughout your day? God bless. And you too, September. I hope you have a great day. Danny T, that smog scared me for a second. He's talking about the smoke on that smoke stack. Yeah, I had to look twice at that.
Oh, I know.
Queen of hustling, all right, I'll pop in and out every once in a while and see because I'm out working today. Okay. We will hopefully be on, but if we're not, that means nothing is imminent or attempting to come into our area that's going to be severe. You know, these storms like this are actually good for us. This is what's going to help prevent us from being too awfully bad if they can stay in and keep the cloud cover in. Anything to prevent re-energizing the atmosphere. Pull back out, see if there's anything much to worry about. These look like just plain old thunderstorms back here.
Yeah.
I don't see anything there at all to be concerned about. Going into the close radar is still maybe a little strong, but nothing really significant to worry about. Of course, they can re-energize, but they're awfully far south of us.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like that storm's wanting to pulse back up a little bit. Queen of Hustling says, "You're now who has long been watching more than the other two." I'm not sure what you mean. Danny T, rain, rain, stay all day. I could not agree more. Owens River House says, "Good morning, everyone. We've now been on 3 hours and 11 minutes. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, that does look like it's just not going to go severe down there, Mark.
I kind of tend to agree.
Just don't seem to
It
have
looks
that.
like looks like it's kind of running out of steam.
Yeah, we'll look at a different radar because it's getting near the cone of silence. It hasn't changed much there either. Still about the same. Thank you, Cal. Forgot to unmute my mic.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought it was my headphone.
No, you're good. Okay, we're all just waiting for it to hit, according to Daryl Bass and Lee Henry. Good morning from Mayfield. Ruth Shoemaker, I'm not hearing David. I'm back, Ruth. You can hear me now. UW for Kuru Thunderstart in Clarksville.
Yeah, there could be some gusty winds with this down around Cumberland City and Erin, but yeah, they either turned the camera or the storm finally got there. The Stewart County camera is now enveloped in the storm.
Okay. Go down here and look at it. Ooh, I reckon it is. That is, it's coming down in sheets.
Yep.
That's coming down hard there. That's in Stewart County, which is right here.
Mm-hmm.
Storm should be over Lafayette Road or Lafayette, Kentucky. Katie Hill, you guys are awesome. Thanks for everything you do. You're welcome, Katie. And Marcus Gentry, good morning from Dawson Springs. Yeah, Dawson Springs may, let me see here. You're not getting much in the way of rain yet.
No, there may be some more coming up from the southwest there a little bit.
But you know what? Look at this whole blob of just plain old heavy rain, looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing that's really of any concern at all is this storm right here. And it's not that, I don't know, I'm beginning to think it's not that bad now. You saw the camera where it's absolutely raining cats and dogs under it. But
Jamie, for this storm right here in the northern part of it anyway, up in our county, there's really not much in the way of winds with it.
yeah. Yeah, our wind speeds are just not much with these at all right now. CJ Hill says, good morning from all of us at Haven 1210 Animal Sanctuary. And we appreciate y'all. We appreciate you guys.
Brittany, there was a tornado in the Hopkinsville area on Friday. It ran across the south end around Caskey and over that direction. It's about a 10-mile long. Highest strength was an EF2. And it mostly just took out power poles and trees and did some damage to a few buildings. But
Kyle Gibson says, about to lay down. Before I do either of you need food or drink? We're good, Kyle.
we're good, Kyle. Thank you.
Yeah. Beth Welburn says, lightning a little in Clarksville. Christina Kennedy, Lewisburg don't want none. We just got our power back on Sunday evening. Yeah, I bet you are kind of worried about this, but I don't think you got anything too much to worry about. Jamie Tucker says, thank you. Cody Grimes, made it to my aunt's. Woo! Now you can lay down and get you some shut-eye, Cody. Brittany Civils, oh, okay, thank you. I was confused. And Nicole says, is anything bad going to hit Corinth this morning? Sorry, I just woke up.
Corinth? Corinth or Corinth?
Cornith.
London, nothing's over that way yet. The area could be under the gun later in the day with this line of storms coming through. Be probably later on this evening. I hate to even say it, but
The coast says
okay,
between Auburn and Franklin.
okay. Well, between Auburn and Franklin,
Yeah.
we're basically looking at the same thing. We got these storms this morning. We're probably going to get a break through the middle of the day a little bit, and then another line is going to start to form up between 1 and 3 p.m. over in Missouri and start moving our way, and that's going to be our highest risk of severe weather.
Brittany Jaramillo says, as much as I love and appreciate you guys, I sure hate seeing that you're live first thing in the morning. You don't hate any worse than we do. Taylor Trail, I'm waiting for it to hit me when I'm in an enhanced risk of severe weather. It's not always. We go under the higher risk quite often, and we actually sometimes,
Yeah.
most times, come out just fine.
Yeah. But for now, don't panic or anything else like that, and don't fret yourself to death. Be ready. Have a place in mind to go to shelter if a warning comes your way, and when the warning comes, go to shelter.
Yeah, Pam Scott, she was asking about London, and no. The bad thing is that tornado has made everybody gun shy. But just because it happened once doesn't mean it's going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to see you guys be upset every time a cloud comes up, because you need to be happy and try to have good peace of mind. That's what I hope we can provide for you. But I don't think you're going to have anything much to worry about. We're going to watch it, and there may be some storms, but we go through severe storms all the time and come out just fine.
Yeah. It's a tomato coming.
Yeah. UW Fukuru says, my storm anxiety is quite literally not allowing me to stay calm due to PTSD for being in a Japan tornado when I was younger. Well,
Well,
you can get treatment for PTSD, because we got through some of the same thing in the 2011 outbreak, and we were out in the field weeks at a time with tornadoes falling around us and under extreme events. And yeah, I got PTSD pretty bad, and because I didn't take rest or anything like that. And the actual treatment is by talking about it. Talk about that. Tell your story. And I promise you'll feel better. At least that's how they kind of got me squared up.
yeah. That's why they suggest the veterans talk to the veterans about their experiences and what went on, because you need to talk to somebody, but you also need to talk to somebody that understands what you've been through. And having gone through Joplin, there's that's really something to go through. And if you haven't talked with people about it, you need to talk with people about it.
Yep.
There's a cathartic thing that happens when you talk about it, especially with people who understand. It helps ease your anxiety. It helps you get the emotions that you felt when it was going on out.
Yep.
And that's what's needed.
Brittany Civils, do you guys believe Tornado Alley is shifting more towards the east now? And the answer is yes. It has been for the last probably 10 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Dixie Alley, and Kentucky ranks up there as one of the top 3 or 4 states with nighttime tornadoes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some thunder outside the studio.
Yeah. I'll go back to the elevator cam and see if I can see anything out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course not.
The downtown Clarksville cam does show the rain just starting to push into town there.
Yeah, it's raining pretty good there. Not too much up by the mall yet. Try to change a different camera here. Well, that's peaceful looking.
It is. It's a lovely morning over there. They were getting a little bit of rain earlier, but yeah, there's still a little bit going on, just a few drips here and there.
Right. 70.4 degrees downtown Clarksville. You can see it raining off over here to the right.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe how slow this storm is moving to get in here. Good. Let Brown says, good morning, y'all. And Cody Grimes says, I believe it isn't shifting, but that Dixie Alley and Hoosier Alley is becoming more active due to climate change. Plus, our tornadoes are hidden by trees and hills and happen more at night. Well, you're partially right.
Mm-hmm.
The characteristics of Dixie Alley is that there are more nighttime events and more nighttime tornadoes in that area. So that is correct. Due to climate change, well, climate is always changing.
Yeah, and as the climate changes, areas that severe weather focuses on do shift around a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Herndon, Oak Grove, you're about to get nice and wet.
Yes, if they aren't already. Page D, thanks again for all y'all do. I'm off to work. We'll check in later. Cody Grimes, I'm looking forward to what y'all can teach me. David Mark, I'm so excited. Well, we'll definitely give you a good education. You won't be the same person after you leave here than you were before you came in, I promise you. Chicken Chicken says, good morning from Rough River Lake. Woohoo! Brittany Civils, I'd rather get a tornado in the day than an unseeable rain wrap nighttime one. Boy, you're not lying. I would too.
Yep,
We've been in both, haven't we, Mark?
we have, and unfortunately, we don't have a choice.
Yeah. I'm referring to when we were in our storm intercepting days.
Back before they told us we couldn't go out together anymore.
Yeah, that's true. They said they wouldn't they wouldn't have it because every time we got out, everything all go to heck in a handbasket. Now I see why they say it's getting dark. It is getting dark outside now.
Yep. Dark and rumbly.
Yep. Freddie and Connie Ezel. Let's see here. What is the timing for this afternoon? My husband has a doctor's appointment in Owensboro at 1:30. You know, might actually make it.
Yep. Yep. I don't think they'll be rolling in here. They may start to form up around noon or so over in Missouri and Arkansas, but I don't think the next round of potential severe is going to actually roll in here probably until after 3.
Adjust my stuff down here on this. The doggone headphone thing wants to fall off down here. If you hear a big bang, you know what that is.
As long as they don't hit the floor with you wearing them.
Yeah, that's true. That text was so kind of long, I couldn't get up there to see who was writing it. I have my 4 kitty girls and myself to get to my storm shelter in time to save our lives, plus not to mention sometimes 4 godchildren. To everyone with PTSD and storm anxiety, I definitely understand. I've tried everything I've come to find. The only thing that helps me is to pray. Give it to God and do the best you can. David, Mark, thank you for telling about and talking about your story. It does help. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. That's how we get through life, isn't it? And in everything is we find people to listen to us and talk to us and help us through, and we help them through, and all together we make it through.
The Gibbs, is the storm's going to be bad this morning? I don't think so. I think we're about ready to call it on this one that we've been watching. It does not look like it's going to go severe. It's got to be some heavy rain in it. Emilio Torres just woke up to thunder, have to work tonight. How's Elton looking today and tonight? And Stephanie, Boston, Kentucky girl, excuse my typos. Download. Okay, guys, I guess I'll see you this afternoon unless you notify me for earlier. Well, Mark, what do you think?
Well, I'm inclined to say that we're going to just give everybody a last briefing on what to expect through the rest of the day, and then we will see them again this afternoon.
Yeah, do you know they want to know about what time we're going to be back on this afternoon? Do you have any idea?
It will be afternoon, probably in the 1 to 2 o'clock time frame.
Yeah. So, yeah, I may do a Facebook update at that time, so we'll see. Carla Rodriguez, what's our chances for tornadoes tonight? I'm hoping that with this convection and everything, it stays in close. I hope that it'll be much lower than what we are expecting. So we'll see. Sheila Edgar, good morning, gentlemen, Thunder Buddies. I love hearing about your chasing days. What brought you out of the car and at the desk? Recap, please. That's a heck of a story, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah. Basically, it was responsibilities more than anything else. I mean, if we had not been in charge of the spotters and working with the spotters and trying to keep all the other ones safe out there, we'd probably still be out in the car chasing around.
Well, we'd also become friends with Tim Samaras, who was a well-known storm scientist. Actually, he was on the TV show Storm Chasers on Discovery Channel, and he and Reed Timmer and everything, and so we met him. He became a close friend, and then we were all like a bunch of swashbuckling pirates at that time. We didn't care. We were all happy-go-lucky. But then the day came that Tim and his entire team were killed out in El Reno, Oklahoma during that tornado, and things changed. We were no longer, I guess you could say it made us grow up. We were no longer just out trying to get a thrill. We were out to do something to save lives. And even to this day, it still hurts to have lost him. And he had asked a bunch of us to go out there with him, didn't he, Mark?
He did. We were considering doing it.
Yeah, we were. And but after he and his whole team were killed, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah. We decided we would dedicate ourselves more to making sure that we kept the community safe, and two, that we would stay in a position where we could make sure that all our teams stayed safe.
Yeah. So, and then I had a traumatic experience when I was out traveling and shooting pictures and things. And I came upon a town, I believe it was in Oklahoma. I want to say, I can't remember the exact name of the place, but I came up behind it, and EF5 had hit this town just moments before I got in there. And even to this day, I still have a hard time talking about it. I saw things human beings you never have to see, and the one thing that struck me was this little old lady who had lost everything, her family, her home, even her dog was killed, and she was stunned. And I don't know if you can ever appreciate how intensely that hurts to see someone like that. And I don't know if you can understand how intensely you pray at a time like that too. And anyway, so we were scarred. We've got battle scars. And so anyway, here we are now, and so we're trying to do our best for you guys, and because we really do care, and because we live here, and because we've been in the shoes of you guys, where we used to be afraid of storms and stuff, but anymore it's just, it doesn't really bother us. I mean, yeah, you respect them, and you know which storms, usually what they're going to do before they do it. Every now and then you'll run across one that is different, and that's why you can't ever say never. But yeah, anyway, I'm talking too much. Just that's a little bit of it. So anyway, the ratio just says, I just got off. Can I sleep comfortably? I think you can for right now.
Yeah.
Stephanie, Boston.
It may be a little rumbly and some heavy rain with this little storm that's coming through right now. And there may be some more rain and storms for a while. But you should be able to get some good sleep before the chances for any more severe storms roll in later this afternoon and evening.
Stephanie, Boston, Kentucky girl, so sorry for your losses. So proud of what you're doing to help others. God bless you always. Thank you, Stephanie. And then Cody Grimes, for a moment, I thought I saw my modest clouds. Nope, just tired. All right. Horatio, Todd County, Kentucky. Yeah, about the same. You're going to
Yeah.
probably get some heavy rains here in a little while. So is Russellville, as a storm that's on the border tends to move on up a little bit. Lecra Pace says, good morning, David and Mark. Hope today will not be as bad as predicted. Stay safe. We appreciate the path in life you took. We appreciate that. But I hear the rain outside beating on our roof, finally. It would probably be a good time for us to bow on out, and we will be back on this afternoon, probably around 1 o'clock if I had to guess, or at least
Yeah.
I'll do a Facebook update and let you know. But we're going to try to um, thank you, Harley. She says, I love hearing your stories. Thank you so much for keeping us safe. And it is our honor to keep everyone safe. Thank you. And Amanda says, pouring down over by Western State Hospital. And it's coming a gully washer out there. Or what do they call it, a frog strangler? I don't know. But yeah, for some reason I feel really tired right at the moment. And I think that it'd be a good time for us to call it a morning. And like I said, we will be back. We've been on for going on 4 hours, 3 hours and 42 minutes. And let's see. UW for Kuru says, hi, is it possible to stay live just until this first line of storms pass through Clarksville? Your voice is extremely calming. Sorry if I'm being selfish. You're not being selfish at all. Not at all. John says, a little common sense and a whole lot of faith will get you through. It does.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mad Rad says, thank you, guys. Mark, they're not going to be too much longer in the Clarksville. We can stay on for them a little while, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they should be through the Clarksville area probably in the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, I would think so. So we'll stay on, and I hope I haven't put a bunch of you to sleep with my stories. But anyway, let's see here. Stephanie Rogue, where the storm's bad, just woke up. Well, if you just woke up, then they weren't too bad, because if they were bad, you would have woken up. So no, they weren't too bad.
Yeah. No, not severe, just kind of noisy and wet.
Yeah, we just got to see how this goes. I hope this cloudiness and the rainy conditions stay in with us for most of the day. If we do, then we're going to be golden. I doubt if we'll get any more severe weather, but can't say never, because I can't just ignore what the SPC is saying or the Weather Service is saying, so I'm going to exercise on the side of caution.
Mm-hmm.
UW for Kuru says, I've been up since 5 a.m.
We've been up since about 2:30.
Yeah. Jordan Randolph says, timing for Muhlenberg today. Well, you are probably already, depending on what part of Muhlenberg you're in, getting some rain and stuff. So Amanda says there's a tornado watch anywhere now, not in our region I know of.
No, I think
Kelly Price says, I love your stories. Hope it's in Oak Grove. Thank you very much, Kelly. Angie said, heading to BG ahead of this rain. Yeah, if you were leaving out of Hopkinsville, you're gonna be in it before you can get out of here. Jacob Gibson says, I wake up every day around 3 a.m. Bobby Baggett, hey guy, are we really the new Tornado Alley? Well, it's not exactly new. It's been coming on for about 10 years.
yeah. In the first 5, they didn't really recognize it, but then they kind of couldn't deny it anymore.
Lindsay Thalman, timing for severe in Hopkinsville. And Stephanie Rogue says, just wondering, since you have been on for 4 hours, yeah. Really, we kind of need to, at some point, shut it down so we can reset the Facebook, because they don't allow it to be live for more than 8 hours. So That way, we may need that time later on this afternoon.
Yeah. Jordan Randolph says calm and no rain in Central City, Muhlenberg right now. Yeah, the heaviest of this will probably be kind of to your south. There may be some showery stuff.
Yeah,
they are going to get some.
But I'll be honest with you, I don't see this storm getting bad at all.
It doesn't seem to be, no. I'm not really seeing anything that looks severe in it. Well, I can hear the rain on the roof, like you said, though.
We've already done that, Donna. Thank you, though. Yeah, you know what? Ain't gonna hurt to do it one more time. We'll go ahead and pay the bills while we're waiting.
Yeah.
First of all, if you're out and you haven't gone to work yet and you're hungry, go here to Ma's Kitchen, 3022 Fort Campbell Boulevard in Hopkinsville. That's the old Kmart shopping center where Harbor Freight is located now. 270-632-1112. I mean, they've got some sausage biscuits you will not believe. They're homemade and they're $1.50 a piece. Can you believe that? Why would you want to pay upwards of $3 and something for a sausage biscuit, and it's not even homemade, where you can get a real homemade sausage and biscuit for $1.50? So go by Ma's Kitchen right there. Tell Cindy that you're hungry and that Dave Powell sent you over there, and she'll laugh and fix you up a big old batch of sausage biscuits. And I promise you won't regret it. You will love it. Also, let's talk about, let's see, who do I want to do next? Let's do Mid-South Storm Shelters. Take a look at this.
It's the middle of the night and tornadic storms are approaching. The nearest public shelter is miles away and they don't allow pets. You should have purchased a Mid-South Storm Shelter. Mid-South Storm Shelters offer you the security of having your own shelter at your doorstep. These sturdy and roomy shelters come in below ground or above ground styles. Both styles accommodate 10 people comfortably and will give you peace of mind anytime severe weather threatens. When the weather gets severe, have no fear with a Mid-South Storm Shelter. Call today at 270-725-6020. Mention the promo code Weather and Wisdom and you will get $200 off. Financing is available.
And Rob Stahl reminded me, he says, do they have meatloaf? Well, it just so happens today is Meatloaf Day there, and that's what they're going to have for lunch. And I can't wait to try that. I just not going to be able to today, but I can't wait to try that. I know it's going to be good. Okay, get back to my commercial. Sorry about that. Also, be sure if you've got roofing issues, and I know a bunch of you do out there, get a hold of Michael Vance Contracting Roofing, 270-707-ROOF. You won't be sorry. He's got a whole bunch of teams out there ready to go, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. He'll be able to give you some good tips and what you need to do. Also, he owns Lakeside Campground Marina, and so if they haven't filled up, give them a call. There's a website. Visit lakesidecampground.com. And also Kentucky Hemp Works. Let's talk about them. She's got some, Katie Moyer, my good friend Katie, Kentucky Hemp Works, has some salve that is to kill for. Take a look at this. Anytime my aches and pains act up, I always reach for Kentucky Hemp Works Hemp Root Salve. It's easy to use. Just rub it on the affected areas and you will soon notice big relief. You can use it as a moisturizing lip balm or ointment that heals and protects your lips during adverse weather conditions and helps with preventing chapped lips. This amazing Kentucky Hemp Works salve is available in our online store at dpww.shop. Order today. All right, so we paid the bills, and we are still seeing rain in Clarksville. Rob Stahl says, you just sold me. I tell you what, you won't regret that, Rob. Let me know how you like it. I know you're going to love it. Evan Miller says, hi. Stephanie wrote, what time will we need to start paying close attention today? It'll be afternoon, Stephanie. A lot's going to depend on whether or not we see sunshine. That's going to make a big difference. So we'll see. Amanda, Donna, Dennis, how much did you pay for shelter? Well, I can tell you right now, the storm shelter guys have a promo code going. Mention Weather and Wisdom, and you get $200 off the price. They are really, really, really good. And I tell you, those guys, they've got so many people wanting their shelters that they're backed up a little bit, but they've got more crews they've added on, so they'll get to you pretty quickly, and I believe you will not regret waiting for it. Let's see here. Dylan Dawson, are more severe storms coming later this afternoon and evening? What time is the greatest tornado risk for Hopkins County? It would be after 1 o'clock. I think this will be if it does go severe this afternoon, it will be an early day. I don't think it'll be much past, I don't know, 6, 7 o'clock at the latest before it's all over.
Probably so, yeah.
Yeah. UWU for Kuru. I need to get me a storm shelter built in, and the guys I talked to. Renee Scarborough Jones, Mid-South Storm Shelter. Wonderful guys. I had mine installed by them after the December 2021 tornadoes. I recommend them to anybody who asks where to get a storm shelter. So there you go. You've got one of your own out there who has one, and she loves it. So don't take my word for it. Talk to Renee, and she can tell you. And so Nayoka Van Vector, we are the Bible Belt praying these storms to dissipate away. No tornado. And you know what? I've seen that work hundreds of times in my weather, Mark, haven't we? Where
Yes, we have.
it can look horrible. And be the worst would be a scale of 9 out of 10 on the chances of getting a tornado. But everybody in this area prays. And for some reason, it just doesn't happen. So just thought I'd throw that in there. Let's see here. Stephanie Roque, will it be safe to be out driving at 11 a.m.? Probably so. Evan
I
Miller
would say so.
says, do you sell T-shirts? Yes, if you'll go to shopweatheringwisdom.com, you will find that leads you into our apparel store where you have T-shirts and hoodies and all kinds of good stuff. Megan Jones says, good morning. I'm just now joining. We're glad to see you, Megan, but we're fixed to close off for just a little while. Jordan Randolph, can you share a link to donate, please? Well, let's see here. I did know that. Do you know, Mark, it was what that link is for someone who wants to donate?
I don't remember it right off. Hang on.
Angie says, actually leaving Lewisburg, heading to Bowling Green. Be safe, everyone. And you too. You're going to have a little rain, but it's not going to be too bad. You'll be good. Stephanie, Boston, Kentucky girl, is praying. Thank you, Stephanie. And Evan Miller says, thanks. Let's see here. Dave, are you on with us? Or I don't know if Amy's monitoring or not. Willett says, morning, guys. God bless you this morning. Thundering in Taiwapiti. I know exactly where Taiwapiti. There is Eric Bray. Okay, he's the one. Says the donation is in the YouTube description on our main page. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. I'm glad to see you on with us. I have had a couple of trolls as well, so somebody got rid of them. If it was you, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Megan Jones in Russellville, probably not until in the probably 4 to 5 o'clock hour at the earliest.
Yeah, but now you're going to get some storms here in just a little while from this line that's kind of coming up across the Tennessee border, but it's not going to be anything serious. But we do need to have a break in order to reset our Facebook stuff and everything in case we do have a lengthy activation later. So we do intend to come back on, say, around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And we'll be able to give everybody a much bigger update on everything. And hopefully that you guys will still be with us and be watching for us. So let's see here. Okay, Stephanie says, what prompted us to be on so early? Well, at about 2 o'clock, I get a phone call from Mr. Booker who says, hey, there's a couple of severe storms out there. And sure enough, there was a severe storm in Paducah and one off to the southwest of that. And so anyway, there's Eric Brake has put up the link there to donate. So there it is on the chat. But anyway, so as it turned out,
add to that fact, we had a tornado watch this morning that has all been removed by now. So,
anyway, Billy Houchin, hey Willie, says, morning guys. How you doing, Willie? And Melinda Wall says, thanks for always being here, guys. Michael Willits, guys, you all probably went over this, but what's the biggest tornado threat? Got some errands to run this morning. It will not be before this afternoon, Michael, and if it even does happen, we're waiting to see. We'll know more. The good thing is we've got these showers in the area, and that's what we want. If we can keep it socked in for most of the day, we may not have any more severe weather, but we'll see. We'll come on and keep everybody updated, just give you an update, if nothing else. We'll try to do that around, like I said, between 1 or 2 o'clock.
Yep.
So, anything else? Are we ready to go, Mark?
I think we are.
Okay, so I've loved talking to you all. I've loved sharing this time with you. I'm sorry we had to do it so early in the morning, but it was well worth it. And I just really appreciate everything you guys do to support us and your well wishes. It means more than you know. And anyway, so Stephanie, you're just a sound sleeper. That's what it is. All right. See you, Harley. She says she'll see us in a little bit too. So she'll be back on when we get back on. I know a lot of you will be waiting. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you when we get there. So you guys take care of yourself. And Mark, any last words?
Everyone, enjoy the pitter patter of rain while it's going on, and hang in there. We will be back with you this afternoon.
And if I don't see you here, hey, I'll see you here.
Bye.
Thank you all for watching our show. We've had such fun, but now must go. Every moment's been a delight. Until next time we say goodnight. Feel the thunder but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. Rain and hail as it pierces the air. But don't forget to like and share. Across the screen, nature's power in all it seems. Updates flowing through the feed, bringing you the news you need. Feel the thunder but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by